All right, we live. I apologize again. Somebody get my guy in here. How we doing tonight? I'm not sure why this keeps happening. Really apologize. Talk to me. Who we got tonight? Who we got in here tapping in with us tonight? Super special guest on this Saturday night. Mr. John Davis, how you doing? Get all the guys round up, man. We got a good one. Long Island legend. Got a Long Island legend coming in. Can you hear me? Tell me how my levels are. Talk to me. Let's see what we got in there. Let's see. Sam, give me all thumbs up, some heart emojis. How we doing this Saturday? Where we tuning in from? Talk to me. Okay. Leonard. Yeah. Can you hear
Got me,
me, big
fam?
dog?
Yeah, I got you.
Hold on 1 second. I can't hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I can't see you,
Yeah.
but I can hear you.
You can't see me?
Nah, but I can hear you.
Is it like a black box?
Yeah, it's a black box.
That happened last time. What I'm gonna do, shoot, let me try. I'm gonna try to remove you and then I'm gonna add you back in.
All right.
If not, if it don't work, then we'll just treat it like a phone call.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna remove you
Yep.
and try to add you back in.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Okay. I don't know why I keep doing that, man. They don't want us to shine. They got the homie in there. Let's try to add him back, see if he can see me. If not, we're just gonna treat it like a phone call, man. We're just gonna vibe out. It's a phone call now. Same action?
Yeah, same thing.
It's all right. Hey, we're gonna vibe out like a phone call, man. I can see you.
All
And,
right.
and we'll just play it like that, man. How's everything going?
Everything is fine, man. I can't complain at all.
How's the family doing?
Everybody's well.
Glad to hear that. Thank you once again, man, for taking time out for this. This is gonna be dope.
My pleasure.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a couple minutes just to introduce the show. Then I'm gonna throw it to you. Then I'm gonna throw it to you.
You can see y'all, but y'all can't see each other.
Okay, yeah, you gotta handle something real quick.
Yeah, now you know, because my daughter was just showing me her view of it, and both of us are on there.
Yeah. I can see both of you guys. Yeah.
I just can't see
So I'll
you.
leave this here so you can see him, and then but you
Okay.
guys are both on that together.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah. Facebook be tweaking sometime, man.
All right.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna introduce the show, and then I'm gonna have you introduce yourself. I want you to say your first and last name, your high school, and your class, your graduation class, and then we're gonna start rocking and rolling.
Okay.
That sound good?
That's fine.
Hey, where we tuning in from, man? I'm seeing people lining up in the chat, man. Where we at? Where we at? Where we coming in from?
I'm in Charlotte.
You're in Charlotte. I'm over here.
Yeah.
I'm in Texas right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we all over the country, man. We got Long Island basketball history, man, but we all over the country.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So this is gonna ring out. I'm excited, man. Got the big bro with me. You ready to tap in?
Yes, sir.
All right. So like I said, I'm going to introduce the show. Then I'm gonna have you introduce yourself. First and last name, high school, class.
All right.
All right, let's do it. Welcome everybody again to another episode of Tapping with Tristan. We have a Facebook Live edition, Long Island Basketball History edition. And we got a super legend right here, and I'm going to have him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? It's Shelton Jones. I'm from Amityville High School, class of 1984. How's everybody doing?
Yeah. See, listen, man, you got me smiling, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of people excited on this. So this right here, man, is going to be cool because we're going to have people in the chat that can tap in and be able to, share some memories and different things that they know about you, man. And really, man, we're here to celebrate you. Want to make sure that you know saying how much we appreciate you and give you your flowers. And then as we're doing that, man, we just want to hear your backstory, man, and have you walk us through your journey.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Let's go back to the early days, man. Where we at, man? When did we start picking up this basketball, man? What did that look like? Childhood.
Yeah, it had to be around third, fourth grade, something like that. My uncle lived on Great Neck Road, like a couple of houses down from the block. He put a backyard court up in his yard, and that's where it all started.
That all started. Are we in Amityville? For people that don't know, man, are we where we at right now?
Oh yeah, in Amityville, on Great Neck
We're
Road by the block. That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of block and everything.
Huh?
Okay, so we in there, man. Who's in there with you, man? Give us the family dynamic. We got friends, we got family, we got brothers, sisters, cousins. Who's in there with you?
You mean in Amityville?
Yeah. Who's in there with you, man? Doing this basketball thing and starting to grow up with you, man. Who's in the household? What's going on?
Well, it's me. I have my older brother G-Man, Greg Jones, who's another awesome player, legend from Amityville.
Shout out to
My
Greg.
older brother Jeff Jones, and my little sister and my mom. It was us.
Okay, perfect. So you mentioned you got older brother and everything like that, man. So what was that dynamic diving into the basketball? Was it competitive, man? Was he hard on you? Talk to me with that.
Oh, absolutely. It was tough. And plus I had older cousins, like, cause we grew up in Copac.
Okay,
Like Copac and Amityville was like one. We got family in both places, you know?
got you.
So I had got some older cousins that everybody played, and I would always play with them. Yeah, it was tough. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
where it worked out good for me though, Tristan, is that when I played guys my own age, they couldn't do nothing with me.
they couldn't do nothing with you, man. So we're
Nah,
talking.
not by this.
Yeah, because you got older cousins and family members. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
being up on you, so that really helped shape you. Is that fair to say?
Oh, absolutely. You know, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have got so far ahead of everybody else.
I love it. I love it. So, like, tell me now. You said third or fourth grade. Now, was this your only sport that you playing at the time, or was you kind of doing a little bit of everything?
I was playing football as well, and I played a little baseball. Like I did it for fun, but then around fifth or sixth grade, I started playing competitively, football and baseball.
Okay. What's some of the teams that you played with, man? Name some of the support system, coaches, anybody that you can remember back then.
Well, back when I started at CYO.
Yes.
Gentleman by the name of at St. Martin's, gentleman by the name of Mr. McDermott.
Shout out
I
to
think he was like my first coach. I mean, I had coaches from around the way, like the guys that would take me to the side and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
One guy, I remember Peter Fields. He's one of the legends from Amityville.
Shout
He
out to
coached me. You know, I think I won a championship with him.
what
Yeah, like he
what's
was.
this right here? What team was this?
It was a summer league team. Like I
Yeah,
forgot the name of it, but it was
yeah.
it was just for the summer, like a
Where was
summer
you
league team.
where was you playing at when on this joint?
I think we were playing at the MAC, if I'm not
Ah,
mistaken. Well,
okay. What's the
yeah,
Mac?
if I'm not
What's the Mac for
mistaken.
the people that don't know? What's that?
That's the park down in Amityville, the famous park, the MAC. It's
Yeah.
right there on Great Neck Road as well.
Yes. So you was starting to tap into the CYO. You was tapping into the Boulder Mac. This is very similar. I can relate to this, right? So it's taking me down memory lane as you're talking about this, right? So
Hmm.
you was doing the baseball. You was doing a little bit of everything, man. How was it when you started crossing over into like this middle school time frame? Because now, you know what I mean? Like the middle school is a crossroads. We got guys that are still playing sports. They're dabbling in the streets. You
Yeah.
start to go one way with one sport. What's going
Hmm.
on, man, crossing over from that fifth to sixth grade?
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, like up to middle school, going on to high school, it was easy to do all the sports. You know what I mean? It was kind of easy to do. But the older I got, like I think I played baseball and football up until 10th grade. Like maybe football I played to my junior year. But
Okay.
baseball I stopped playing when I got to high school. And I never, like when I was in middle school, you had to choose for some reason whether you was going to play school ball or CYO ball. So I never really got a chance to play middle school because I was always playing CYO ball, like
Wait,
from all my time.
hold on. All right, wait. So you had to choose either St. Martin's basketball, or you had to play. Well, now what are you at the Amityville Junior High? What's the name of that school? I just want to make sure that
Right.
everybody's clear.
Edmund W. Miles, junior high
Yes,
school.
you at MW Miles,
Yes.
right?
And
Yes.
I had to choose whether I was going to play CYO or because CYO went up to eighth grade, went up to seventh grade. So I
Okay.
didn't play middle school until eighth grade. Now, when I was in eighth grade, I didn't play middle school. I played on the ninth grade team, the
Oh,
freshman
okay.
team.
Okay, all right.
So I never really got a chance to play middle school.
Okay, so let's go back. What made you make the decision to play CYO and St. Martin's over the middle school?
It was a family thing. You
Okay,
know what I'm trying to say? I've been knowing those guys since I first started in 5th grade. So I kind of stuck with it. And the coach was real good to me. You know
okay.
what I mean? I got a lot of reps in, you know what I mean? So I stuck with it. If it's not broke, I figure why fix it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, at this time, man, because we know where this thing took you. Now, what type of player was you at this time, man? Was you a really good player? Was you average, below average? What was going
I was above average. You know, I was above average because I was getting my butt kicked by my brothers in there for so long that I'm
Right.
telling you, man, that's the thing that I remember the most is playing with guys my age or a year older or something. They could not do anything with me because I was so used to the struggle of the older cats in my family. You know what I mean? So when I started playing my age group, it was easy.
Got you. Now, with that family dynamic, man, did you feel like there was resentment for you when you was young, like, oh, why you got so hard on me, or did you kind of embrace that part? Because sometimes you don't see it until later. Did you recognize it then, and did you embrace it and kind of say thank you, especially when you started playing your own peers?
Yeah, well, when I was younger, like any kid, I think I might have took it for granted. You know what I mean? Because even though I was a pretty good player, like you couldn't tell I was a pretty good player because I was playing with older guys, so I didn't look like I was that good. Like I didn't
Right.
really, I didn't really realize I could play until I started playing against my peers, maybe like in 5th grade. Because even in 5th grade, I went to try out for the team, and I think it wasn't the traveling team. What do they call those? The teams the league that you don't travel, intramurals.
Like an
It was an
like a local,
intramural league.
like a local.
Yeah, and so I
Yeah.
went there. I remember I went to the intramural tryouts, and I did one layup. And I smacked the glass. I think I was in like 5th grade or something like that.
Were you
And
was slapping boards in 5th grade?
that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't even realize it was something big. I just went up to do a regular layup. We was warming up, and I smacked the glass. And the coach was stopped. He was like, blew the whistle. He's like, "Oh no, hold up." He said, you come back tomorrow night." Like, and the next night, the CYO traveling team was practicing, and
Okay,
they were even though they were 6th graders, and I was only in the 5th. He told me to come back the next night.
come back. He's slapping
Yeah,
glasses.
come back.
We got to have this guy.
Right. I'm telling you, I promise you, I took one shot. I took a layup and smacked the glass, and that was the end of my intramural career. They told me to come back the next day. And when I came back the next night, I walked in there and I saw guys from school from the hood that was older than me. So I was kind of like, whoa.
Whoa,
Like
whoa,
I thought it was gonna
what
be
you bring
guys
me
my
into?
age. Yeah, so I was a
Like,
little
hold on, man. Y'all
intimidating
just
at
had me
first.
jump a level real quick, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you had
Yeah, it
to
was a little
adjust.
intimidating. It was a little intimidating at first, but
Yeah,
it all
yeah.
worked out for the good.
All right, so let's kind of fast forward, man. How's the grades, man? Are we balancing, man? Are we a good student right here, man? Or how's the behavior, man? Everybody had different stories and periods. What we doing?
Yeah, I never had a problem with grades. Like,
Good.
as a matter of fact, when I was younger, I used to get in trouble. Like, 'cause like I said, I have two older brothers.
Yep.
So, and when I wasn't in school and they were in school, I would get all their dittos, their homework, and all that stuff, and I do it. You know what I mean? And my brother's like, "Mom, he did my homework again. He did all that kind." So I used to get in trouble for that kind of stuff.
I never heard that in my
And
life. I got it. Wait, you was getting in trouble for doing other people's homework?
for doing my
Yeah,
brother's
that's
homework, for
yeah,
doing too much, So, but and when I was younger, they wanted to skip me a class, a grade or two.
okay.
You know what I mean? But my mom wasn't having that thing. And I'm glad she didn't because school got boring to me. You
Did
know
it?
what I'm trying to say? And all I was thinking about was basketball. So if I'd have
Right.
been a year ahead, I think I might have, fell. I might have had more problems.
Got you. Got you. So
Yeah.
you're taking care. So you're above average in everything, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you're balancing this thing, and let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this 8th grade year, and then we're going to segue into this amazing high school career. 8th grade, you was playing with the freshmen.
Right. They put me on the freshman team.
Now, let
Yes.
me ask you a question because by the time I came through Edmund W. Miles, right, the 9th grade was now at the high school. Was the 9th grade at the high school? Or was it still
No,
at?
junior high. It's
It
at the
was still at
junior.
the junior high.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that because that's going to be a different experience than I experienced, and
Mhm.
the the newer generation players in Amityville. We was going to the high school in 9th grade. So what did that look like, being in 8th grade but playing on this 9th grade team?
It was challenging. It was pretty challenging, because I didn't only have to deal with the opposing teams. You know what I mean? I had to deal with like jealousy in my own backyard. You know,
Wow.
like the older guys looking at me like, man, ain't no way this young punk taking my spot. Ain't no way. You know how it was growing up in the
I
hood,
know
man.
that. That's why I
Niggas
want
ain't
you to paint
playing.
this picture. I want you to paint this picture because I know the
Right.
middle school, man, there's a lot of animosity. You got a lot of tough
Yeah.
guys. You
Yeah.
got a lot of guys trying to find their
Yeah.
way in their identity. They're fighting each other. They're bullying, all these type of things. Like,
Yeah.
how was Shelton navigating through that? So I can see that for sure. How'd you deal with it?
Yeah, well, I just did what I could. I just did what I could. You know what I mean? I didn't really cause any problem. And if I had any, we could just handle it or whatever. But I didn't really have that. It was a lot of talking.
A lot
You know
of
what I
talk.
mean? I didn't really get into it too much. It was a lot of talking. But, intimidation factors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing when I was leaving the junior high to the high school, leaving the freshman team, because they was talking about me playing on varsity since I was a freshman. Like that's them talking. I wasn't thinking about that or nothing like that. But
Wow.
everybody else was saying, "Oh, there's this kid in the junior high. He's coming up, man. He's gonna be better than all y'all." Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And
you got
where
people
we
talking
from, you
for you.
can't do that. They're gonna come looking for who's that? Who you gonna talk about? So they used to come to the junior high and try to intimidate me and stuff.
Right, you got some of the guys that's in the neighborhood. They recognizing the talent that you
Yeah,
have, and they're speaking on
yeah.
your behalf. And you're like, yo, you're gonna bring some problems to my doorstep. You got to chill with
Right. Absolutely,
that.
man.
So
Just
how
the,
do you
the
play?
jealousy was insane. You know what I'm saying? But I think it helped me a lot though,
In what
because
way?
I was able to play in hostile surroundings. It was easy. I was in hostile surroundings at home. So on the road was like a break. You know what I'm trying to say? They didn't really
Wow,
know me. They wasn't jealous of me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it
do.
was easy. Like the road was easy for me.
Wow. So how are you feeling, man? Are you feeling? How are we feeling at this time frame when you're having some of this animosity in there, right? How is your social situation? Did you have a lot of friends? Obviously, they like to see you play. Did you have a select group of people that you were dealing with, or you just kind of just stay family oriented inside of this environment?
Well, I was, of course, outside of school, I had my family. Like before we got up there, like maybe from third grade to sixth grade, they thought me and my cousins was a gang around town. Like they
Okay,
didn't realize that we was all family. We used to all
y'all
have be
really
on our
family.
bikes. Yeah, yeah, we all just family riding our bikes or running around town, whatever we was doing. It just was a bunch of us. So it looks like, and then it kind of, when I got a little older, it carried over. I had a lot of friends, but I had a certain clique with, three or four guys that I kind of hung around all the time. As a
Okay,
matter of fact, it was we had a little name called we would call ourselves the fellas. We
okay.
was about four or five of us, you know what I mean? And Gerard Turner was one of them.
Yeah,
Was
name
one of
some
them.
of the fellas, man. Y'all
Yeah,
probably had like Kangos
yeah.
on and all that, man. Talk to me.
Nah. We was just chilling. It wasn't like that. We was chilling. Cause Gerard and them, cause Gerard was more like he was from up north, and I'm from the south side. So he was a little harder, a little tougher than me, you know what I'm trying to say. So he was like the one, like we get into a lot of fights because of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But good thing he could handle it. He could
they
handle
can
the thing.
handle it.
So
That's
my man
bravado right
Gerard,
there.
boy,
Yeah,
yeah, he
shout
used
out to
to take care of.
bravado. Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
provider. Provider used to take care of a lot of business that we had.
Oh man, that's crazy. So now, all right. So we handle business here. I'm assuming that we played well on this ninth grade team as an eighth grader.
Yeah, I did pretty well, and then got the respect. I earned the respect of the older players and everything.
Okay.
So when I did get up to the high school and everything, they already knew me. It was an easy transition, stuff like that.
Let's talk about that transition, dude. Like what's going on, man? How tall are we? Saying what's the game looking like? And that now we're kind of getting on this stage. Are you recognizing that part? So let's talk about your freshman year.
Yeah, when I was a freshman, like I said, it was my second year on the freshman team, so I was like a veteran or whatever. All the other schools, everybody knew about me already. So that kind of made it tough for me too to give them a chance to prepare for me. You
Right.
know what I mean? But still, but even that was the best thing to happen because you want to be in the toughest situations because that's how the only way you're going to grow and you're going to get better is to be in tough situations. So it helped me out big time. And in ninth grade, I think I was 5'11" in ninth grade. I was 5'11" point guard.
Okay.
And then one summer when I became to my sophomore year, I grew from 5'11" to 6'5". Like I grew 6 inches over the summer.
We got to talk
Yeah.
about this summer, dude. Hold on. Okay. All right. So this is ninth grade going to 10th grade.
Yeah. Yeah.
You was 5'11" as a
I
freshman.
was 5'11". I grew to 6'5". I mean, all my clothes, none of all my pants were above my ankles. Like they were tight on me now. Like, you know what I mean? I grew fast. Like I didn't even notice it. I didn't even knew I had grew. Now I think I went from 5'11" to 6'5". I
Yeah.
didn't even realize it until I got back to school. And the lockers were down by my chest. I could see all the way down the hall. Everybody, I could see everything. You know what I mean? I could see everything. I was like, wow, wait a minute. Something's different here. You know
Wait,
what I mean?
what was the
Yeah.
reaction to this, dude? Because I mean, you go home for a couple months and you come back 6 inches taller. What's people thinking? Like, hold on a second.
They was looking at me like I was an alien. Like they was like, hey, I think that's you. Yo, what happened? I was like, yo, this is what it is. You know, I don't know. I didn't even realize it. I'm telling you till I got to school because it's such a gradual process. When you with your family and your brother, you can't really tell. You know what I mean? It's like the
Right.
same thing every day. But when I got to school, I noticed it, and so did everybody else.
Okay, so now what's the thought process, man? 6'5" as a basketball player, you're a hooper, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What,
And the great thing about that was I was playing point guard. You
yes.
see what I'm saying? So that growth spurt really helped me because I
Oh,
was still playing point guard. I still had the skills, you know?
okay, so all right, so now we're going into 10th grade, man. Who's coaching you? And then did they allow you to kind of utilize that skill set that you had when you was 5'11"? Because I've seen it as you get taller, you sometimes get typecast and they put you right around the basket. So let's talk about that 10th grade. You're 6'5" now, dude, point guard.
Absolutely. The great thing about that is Coach Fred Williams, who was my coach at the
Who was
time.
your coach? Yeah, let's talk about Fred Williams for a second. Then
Yeah,
we'll get
the late great Fred Williams was my coach, and
RIP.
he's a former player. Like there's a lot of rumors of going on about him. Like because he was a very good player when he was younger. We
Yes.
heard stories about him playing against Walt Frazier, you know, battling him for a spot and all different things like that. So we really respected him, and we
Wow.
respected his opinion and all those things like that. Now, him being a former player helped me to where he saw my skills because he knew me. He was a gym teacher from when I was since 5th grade. You know what I mean? So I know him pretty well from school, from gym and everything. So when I grew that from that one year, my 9th grade to my 10th grade year, he didn't mess with me at all. He just started licking his chops, basically saying, wow, because he knew my skills. He
Wow.
knew what it was. So he left me at the point guard, you
Oh,
know? So
so
that was like the most beautiful thing that he didn't just force me to be a big guy. Like we did have a lot of plays though where I brought the ball up and passed it and I went and posted up, but
yeah,
I didn't play traditional big man. No.
you can play the 1 through 5 at 6'5" in high school with that
Oh,
skill set.
absolutely, and I did, and I
Absolutely.
did. You know?
That's kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of a new wave, man. You're on this trend. You're ahead of the curve.
Right, right. I was
Yes.
definitely a blessing, man. You know,
Yeah.
something that I was given. You know, it had nothing to do with me.
Yeah. But obviously, you know what I'm saying, you recognize that and you still had to, play your part. Man, what's that 10th grade year look like, man? Who's on that team, man? Give us a quick summary of that, man. You're 6'5" now. Last year was
Yeah.
5'11". You know what I mean?
hmm
They embrace you, letting you play who's on this team, man?
Yeah, like that was my brother's team. You know, it was his senior year. G-Man, it was his team. But we also had some pretty good players. Mark Epps was a junior on that team, so
Yep.
he was a pretty good player. He was like Mark Epps might have been the most athletic player we had during our generation. I know. What's the football player? Eugene Nottingham or something.
You know
I
him.
know he was a pretty good athlete from what I hear too.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Mark was the athlete in our generation, like our day. Like he was good at
Basketball.
football. He was
Yeah.
the quarterback at baseball. He was a pitcher. He was like the best baseball player. And he ran track. He got records for track. Like he was the best athlete we had. And
That's
he was
dope.
on that team as well. That we had the twins, Kenneth and Dismo, Kenneth and Kevin Robertson. You know, we had guys like that, you know. And
Yeah.
mostly role players though. We didn't really have a superstar on
A
that team. It was
standout.
like, role players. Yeah.
How did you try to segue into that, man? Did you feel like you was trying to be a superstar at that time, or you just kind of what was your personality on the court?
Oh, I was trying to kill him. My whole my whole thing, because I have been the guy, I have been him since 5th grade. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So I had
right.
a chip on my shoulder. I couldn't let nobody come in and just take it all away from me. So I had a chip on my shoulder, man. So I was going hard. You know what I mean? I wasn't taking no shorts.
How did that blend with your older brother, being that he's a senior?
It made me feel comfortable. Like I felt a lot more comfortable. Like even in the practices, just in the conversations, because I didn't say much. I was doing a lot of laughing, and I was in the background because I was the young guy, you know. But I was, I was always there, and I learned so much from those guys. It's incredible. You know what I mean? They were hard on me. They weren't easy on me. They were hard on me.
I already know. So how did that sophomore year finish up, man? What did you do? Because I mean, you're playing in the early '80s, man. There's a lot of really good teams, man,
Yeah,
and especially down in Long Island.
at that time, Wine Dance was the team.
Why
Like
did
they did, you know, because we had what happened though when we played Wine Dance my sophomore year, we had got in trouble. Me, my brother G Man, and Alonzo Fuqua. I think we was out too late or something happened where we made too much noise on the bus or something like that, and we got like down by the light. What's that street down by the light, man? When you coming back from games, what's that street, man? The
Avon,
light.
by the lake, that Avon Lake, over there.
No. Bayview.
Oh,
The
baby.
lake, Bayview, like we going
Right.
that way, the back way, you know, that for the gym. So he stopped at that light. We had been laughing and making noise when we told us to be quiet on the trip. So he got to the light. He didn't say nothing. He let us joke and laugh all the way back to the crib. And we got to the light at the Bayview right there. And he said, "Stop the bus." He said, "Alonzo, Jones, Shelton, and Epps, get off the bus." Like he made us walk from there. But then the cheerleader coach who was following the bus saw us, like us get out. She put us in the car, so we didn't have to walk, you know, whatever. But that was crazy. That was a crazy. But he was no nonsense guy. You know
No
what I'm trying to
nonsense
say?
guy.
He didn't care if it was the best player or the worst. He's gonna treat you the same.
And those are life skills that we definitely recognize more as we get older.
Oh, absolutely. Like I never forgot that day. I laughed about it. We
Yep.
still joke about it to this day when we see each other. But I definitely learned from that. Like I knew, stay in line, do what I got to do.
I can't
But
cross the
this
line.
guy, yeah.
So going into 10th grade, man, going from 10th grade to 11th grade, man, what does that look like now?
I was very confident, you know, because there are a lot of games like the Wine Dance game. When I did get to play against them, we played the good teams who we struggled with and teams that were good pressers and stuff like that. He would put me in the game. Now I'm 6'5" point guard. I'm going through these guys and doing everything. So then now we get the ball again, and somebody on the team's not giving it to me. And this is what changed my personality, my character, my confidence from that time forward. I could hear when I didn't get the ball after breaking the press 2 times in a row. I didn't get the ball. I could hear Mr. Williams yelling, and you could barely hear him. He never yells, never does anything. I could hear him saying, "Get the ball to Jones, get the ball," and I just said, "Who, me?"
Yeah,
Get the
me.
ball. I'm looking at it like, "Me? You heard him? Give me the ball."
Give me the ball. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wasn't the same sense. I wasn't the same sense. I
That
had a
gave you
little
that
bit more
jolt of
trouble.
confidence.
I had a little bit more trouble with people like in school and on the street and stuff like that because they were jealous. But and they didn't like to see. I was young, so they was looking at me like, "Who you think you are?" I'm trying to tell y'all what to do to help us win. I ain't trying to out-pump you or nothing.
Right.
But I never was the same after that. When he gave me that confidence, he was telling them to give me the ball. I wasn't the same since.
Yeah, because of his level of respect around the neighborhood, and then also his no nonsense attitude.
Right.
His word meant a lot. So he's like, "Listen, man, if he's believing in me like that,
Absolutely.
I got to take this with me everywhere I go."
Yes, sir.
But
And
now,
I was
as you're going
confident.
around, the neighborhood, people are recognizing that you the guy. So you have
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
animosity towards that because I want to be the guy. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Yep, that's what started happening. Like after my sophomore year, and I started going to Boulder Mac more because I was on the south side. Like I said, I wasn't in the Mac every day in the park,
Okay.
So, but after that year, my sophomore year, I started going to Boulder Mac, and this is when I started going up against the older players. You know
Talk
what
to
I
me.
mean?
Who's in
Guys.
the Mac? Who's in the Mac,
Oh
man? From
man,
that
Boo
from
Boo
that
Boo
summer.
Boo Berry, man,
Oh,
Boo Boo Berry. God, I knew I was going to do this too. As soon as I got on, I'm going to forget everybody's name. Boo Boo Berry, Peter Fields, Jeff
Peter.
Williams.
Jeff Williams is
Uh,
in there.
yeah, oh, absolutely. There was some guys from Copac too. Like I don't remember their names, like the older guys, but I remember them like
Probably
big time.
wasn't there Jeff Buxton around?
Jeff Buxton, he
Jeff
was
Buxton.
another one of them.
Yeah.
Jeff was close to my age though. Like he was my brother G Man's age. You see what
Right.
I'm saying?
A couple
So
years old.
he was more my competitor. Like I was going
Yeah.
against him, but
Yeah.
the older guys, like the guys who mentored me, Dexter Davis, different guys like that, man. And
Right.
I would be up in the park. So then I just took it to another level when I was giving it to them. Like when I started giving it to them and banging it on them and doing it, they was like, oh, they was like, who? This kid is nice, stuff like they come put their arm around me and talk to me, you know what I mean? And there's no looking back from there.
No looking back from there, man. So now we're let's talk about the junior and senior year, man. What's going on with the recruitment? Are you familiar with basketball recruitment? What do you feel like this basketball thing can do for you? Are you thinking about any of these types of things, man? Or are you just being a young teenager and just hooping? Or are you like, man, I would like to play this, you know what I'm saying, later in life, or have this be a career path for me? What's the thought process now? Because this is getting the meat potatoes of recruitment and you're star talent.
Right. Well, at that time, my junior year, I was playing I was dreaming, you know what I'm saying, up until my junior year. And then my brother and I, G-Man, we were in the room watching the high school All-American game for the 1983. And it was Pearl Washington. And I think Pearl had like 50 or something. He was going crazy.
He was going crazy.
We were just sitting there watching. We was in the room. And then a commercial came on. And then my brother G-Man said something like, he said it as a matter of fact. He was like, oh, you're going to play in that game next year. And he walked out of the room. So when he walked out of the room, I was like, huh? Like, because I didn't even think of it. Even though I was watching the game, I never thought to say, oh, I want to play in that, or I'm going to play in that. I was just looking like, wow, look at Pearl. I wasn't even thinking about it until he said it. And then when he said that, I was like, can I play in that? I'm going to play in that game. Okay. I'm going to play in it. And so then up until then, it was a dream, and I didn't get a plan until that time. You see what I'm saying? After that, I started planning it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay. So from that point forward, man, what was the plan of action? How tall are you now at that time when you was watching the Pearl Washington game? And then what was the steps that you took in order to kind of get into the senior year? And then we'll talk about the senior year.
Yeah, I think my junior year, I grew to about 6'6", something like that. I was about 6'6", 6'7".
You got another inch, man. So you're like a full wing, but you're playing.
Yeah. I was still growing. And so when I came in that junior year, though, I was like I said, I was confident. My confidence was through the roof. Yes. You know what I mean? And plus I had these older guys around me like Mark Epps, and you know how you play with certain guys that make you feel comfortable. You know what I'm trying to say? So when I think about the games and I think about I got these guys to work with, it gave me even more confidence, you know? Yep. So my junior year, I just hit it, like went at it like that. And then my senior year, you could forget it. It was all bets were off.
Let me ask you something, Shelton, because you know what I'm saying, this is kind of like on the bridge of like what was going on.
Excuse me.
Nah, no problem. What was going on with like AAU? How would you get exposure? Let me ask you like that. What was the way in 1983, 82, 83, going into 84? How was guys getting exposure to be able to showcase their talent for the colleges?
But at that time, AAU was just getting started.
Okay.
You see, so that wasn't a big avenue for us. And plus, at that time, we didn't have a lot of money back then, man, or whatever. So we did it like they would look out for us. The best players wouldn't have to pay and stuff like that. And we played, I remember we went to Detroit or something like that, but nothing really like that could get you exposure. And there was nothing big like that back in that time. But what helped me out was the end of my junior year, the summer of my junior year going to my senior year, I went to a camp in New Jersey. What was the name of the camp, man? God, I can't remember the name of the camp. But Paul Savranis
was it Eastern Invitational? Was that around?
Eastern Invitational.
It was Eastern Invitational?
Eastern Invitational at Trenton State, yeah. Yep, that's what it was. And Super Scout, what's his name? Tom Kachowski.
Tom Kachowski.
He saw me there.
Yeah.
He saw me there, and he wrote an article on me in the, what was the name of that basketball book, the magazine back then? I forgot. Street and Smith.
Street and Smith magazine.
Street and Smith, something like that, yeah. That he wrote a story on me, and from then, everything just took off from there. I started getting letters from colleges. I started getting all kind of stuff.
Was this the first time you started getting these things?
Well, it's the first time I knew it. Like, wasn't even questioning or thinking about it until I think somebody went in Coach Williams' office or something like that, and he said, "Yo, man, I saw a letter in there for you," or something like that. So I went in, I asked Mr. Williams, I said, "Yeah, Mr. Williams, I heard somebody said that I got a letter or something like that," and he said, "Man," all right, he said, "You probably ready." He pulled out this thing and was full of letters, man. I was like, what?
Ah,
I was like, yo,
you been
man.
stashing your letters
Yo,
to wait for a certain time.
stashing my letters, man. But I had heard that what was going on. Like a couple of other people were saying, man, Mr. Williams ain't giving me my letters, stuff like that.
What? What
So,
did he
but
say?
I thought for myself, he pulled a whole thing out, and I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, they interested. He said, but they're not, talking about doing anything. They just want to show you that they're interested. So he gave me all the letters, and then he started giving me all the letters. I started getting letters from like Georgetown, Marquette,
Yeah,
them boys, what I mean?
wait a second. Hold on. So he was stashing you, like he had it all in a duffel bag for you. And
Yeah.
what do you think the reason was for him to do that? In your
I think
opinion?
he was just kind of waiting for the right time. Didn't want me to
Okay.
get big headed. Didn't
Yeah.
want me to.
Yeah. How did you feel at that moment, man? Was you excited? Was you mad at him, man? Like, yo, why you hold this out for me? Or what was the thought?
At first I was. At
You're
first
like, yo,
I
what
was
you
pissed.
doing?
I was pissed at first, you know what I mean? But then, like I said, as time goes on, you kind of learn. You kind of learn, and you actually see what's going on. And I realized he just had my best interest in heart. Because when I got older and I look back at that, all the letters that I had were interested in me, but none of them were saying we're giving you a scholarship. So it
Got
wasn't that big of a deal. You know what
yeah,
I'm trying to say? It was
yeah.
still my junior year. I wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? But I signed with St. John's before my senior year.
Okay, let's talk
So
about that, man.
because the recruiting process got too much for me. Every time I come home from school, there's a line of cars out there waiting for me at my house. Like I didn't have a life. So I got tired of it. Like after the first week of recruiting, I was tired. I was like, man, I'm signing. I'm
I
signing.
mean,
They was like, take your time, man.
you
Be patient. I
take your
said, man,
time,
I'm
man.
going.
Go ahead, man. Test a couple of schools. Like you said, I've had enough. Like,
Yeah,
so
man,
was
I had
this?
enough of that mess, man. I'm trying to get to go to the MAC, go to the North Side, hang out. You know what I mean? Get it
Yeah,
in.
I'm
They
not trying
messing
to
up my
pressure this.
flow. So yeah. But I wound up choosing St. John's because it was easy for me. I think I should have waited and I could have made a better choice and went to a better school that was better for me.
Yes.
But when I was a kid, St. John's had already won me over. You know what I'm trying to say? I used to watch David Russell when I remember they beat North Carolina and it was right down the street from me. So I was like, man, this is where I'm going.
Is where I'm
You know what
going.
I mean? My coach, Mr. McDermott, back then, my CYO coach, used to take me to games, and I would hear that band playing, and I'd be looking around, and I'd get chills, and I'd be just like, man, I'm coming to St.
I'm
John's,
coming here. I'm
Yeah,
sold.
I thought it was a big, awesome, whatever school. I didn't know it was a private school with a fence around it. You know what I mean? Like all the other schools I visited were had city blocks. You know what I'm trying to
Right.
say? It was huge, big schools. You got to take buses and things to get to your classes.
Wow.
St. John's was like high school, like a big high school campus,
The big high
basically.
school campus. You're not lying
Yeah,
about that. So
yeah.
so who were some of the other ones that were like players? Obviously, St. John's was. You said I'm done with all of the hoopla, man. I'm trying to live. They out there with who, the. I got two questions. The first one, who were some of the other ones that had a shot?
You mean on my team?
Now, who was the other colleges that had a shot?
Oh, okay. I only visited two schools.
Talk
Like
to me.
you know how you get 5 schools to
Yeah,
visit. I
five
only
visits.
visited two. Yeah,
Yes.
I went to Marquette and I went to Temple.
Okay. Okay. So you
And then
went.
after that, I was like, man, I ain't doing this no more. I'm gonna
I'm
go ahead
not
and
doing
stop.
this.
Because I couldn't because after I left Temple, I wanted to go to Temple. After I left Marquette, I wanted to go to Marquette. So I said, I can't do. Let me go and
Yeah.
sign with St.
You're
John's.
slaying me too
Cause
easy, man. I
yeah,
can't do this no more.
exactly. Everywhere I went was so awesome. So I was like, man, I better sign now because this is crazy. You know what I mean? It was
How was the
crazy.
family feeling? How was the family feeling? Were they overwhelmed, man? Because now, are you the first one in the family that's kind of getting recruited like this?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Like, I
what
was
was the
the first.
dynamic with
So it
that?
wasn't like the mentors in my family, the older people were mentoring me. Like they was asking me what's going on. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yes.
it wasn't really that I could really get input from them, only when it came to doing you gotta do what's best for you. You gotta do, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They could give me, but they didn't really have no true clue of what was really going on.
This is overwhelming.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You said I'm
Yeah.
signing to St. John's. Okay, so now you're gonna be Johnny, St. John's Redmond at the time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
Hmm.
you're relieved now. So now you're going into this senior year. You had Tom Kachowski write this article on you, man. So you're moving up the rankings
Hmm.
really, really quickly.
Yeah.
What's the thought process going into the senior year? Because you said you seen Pearl Washington cooking crazy.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
bro planted a seed.
hmm It's crazy. Like when we had that not conversation, but when he made that statement and he
Yes.
walked out of the room, and it was in my mind. Like I said, ever since then, I started making a plan. So
Yes.
anything that was coming up, like it was a big game or the Capital Classic or anything was coming, I was confident by then. You see what I'm saying? And I had won New York State Player of the Year my
Woo!
senior year. So I was like really, I was gone mentally. Like there was no stopping me
There
mentally.
was no
Like
stopping.
I
Now
was thinking I was going to be a pro for sure. You
you
know,
were like,
that was
I'm
my
going to
mindset.
pro. Yeah. Now
hmm
I'm squarely a pro now. It's just me. It's my job to finish this
That's
thing.
right. That's right. Do what I got to do to make sure it happens.
So how'd the senior year finish, man? Then we gonna cross over into this college life.
Man, that senior year was incredible, man. You know, we went undefeated in the league.
That's
You
all
know, I think we were like 11-0, and then we lost. See, the thing is with that team we were on, like I mentioned earlier, Provider.
provider.
You know what I'm saying? Provider got into a little trouble, so
Yep.
we didn't have him for those big games. You know what I mean? And
That
I
hurt you
think,
guys.
yeah, I think we still were good enough to win, but it took it fell on us heavy mentally. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we depended on him so much, not just his basketball game, but his presence.
His
You know what
presence.
I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We depended on him so much that it kind of threw our chemistry off a little bit. You know what I'm trying to say? And we was in a different place. Like we young, man. We ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody got no serious trouble like that before. So not only were we upset, but we was worried. Like, you know,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen to, you know what I'm trying to say?
I
So we
do.
had to deal with some stuff like that we never deal with that helped us. But we had a great year. You know, my senior year was a great senior year. You know what I mean? I can't complain about how things went, and everything took off from there.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So what was the experience of this McDonald's game and all of that goes with that? You did it. You got a
Yeah.
spot on this McDonald's game. You're a New York State Player of the Year. Congratulations to you for that, man. That's a big feat in the midst of all of these great players in
Thank
the
you.
city, in the city, Long Island, all at
Mhm.
that time, man. What's that? That's a tremendous honor that will never go away. We're still talking about it today.
Yeah, no, that was big for me, like that All American game, and that's where I really got to know Coach Williams at because the All American Council they flew your high school coach in with you. So
Okay.
we shared a room. We was there. We got to spend. We traveled together. We all we did was talk. So we really got to know each other. You know, I think that's where our bond was formed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Was at that All American game, and it was a lot of fun playing in that game. But it was politics. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I was there, but I didn't feel like I was there. Like I was in the background. I was doing the same thing I used to do on that team when I was a sophomore with the varsity. You see what I'm saying? And when I was younger with my brothers and them, I used to just quiet, laughing and listening. I was doing the same thing at the All American game because they had their Danny Mannings, their Chris Washburns, the guys that they would
Those
people
were the
would
guys. Those were the man guys. Look at
yeah.
Derek Brown talking to Shay. He said you stole his spot, Shelton.
Who said that? What did he say?
Derek Brown. Derek Brown would say you stole his spot.
He's funny, man.
He
That's
told
my
me,
man DB though. That's my man
what's
DB. We
going
used to
on?
go at it, me and him when he was at Syracuse.
Yes, yes, indeed. Shout out
That's
to
my man
DB.
right
What's
there.
going
Yeah,
on, big
shout
bro?
out to Derek Brown.
He said that you stole his spot. So you was just kind of just kind of just being in the present.
Yeah, I was like just there. You know, they
Yeah.
had a dunk contest and everything.
Mhm.
I participated in it, but it was like they wasn't giving me my love. Like they was acting like I was a scrub or something. You know what I mean?
Ah,
So, and then when I think it was Coach Bob Wade from DC or one of he used to coach Muggsy and them, I think. But he was doing us dirty. Me, Derek Cheevis, Ed Davender, you know, us New York guys. He was treating us like we were scrubs, man. You know what I'm trying to say? He would get
no.
because you know in the All American game you got to play everybody the same amount until the last quarter or the last 10 minutes or something like that, until
Okay.
the fourth quarter. And up until that point, but Ed Bug Eye Daviner, Derek Cheevis, and myself, all three New York guys, we were leading the team. We were leading that whole time, and we was a close game. We was up a lot of the time. Then they come back, and we come, you know, like that. And then in the fourth quarter, when the coach got to use whoever he wanted, he took us out and put all his Washburn, all the guys who had big names. You know what I'm saying? Delray
Ah,
Brooks, you know, different. He put all those guys in, and we lost by 20 something. He put us back in. We got a little more work done, but they beat us. It was too far gone. They beat us by like 25 or something like that when it
uh,
was a close the whole game.
I
But
know you was, I know you was
he
mad.
got, oh man, I was pissed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because
But like I
you was
watched it.
grooving.
Yeah, but I got to watch the game itself with the commentator and everything. Like not too long after that, a couple days later, I got to watch it. And it made me feel a little better because they even said it. They was like, one time I did something, they was like, man, the word around camp was that he wasn't really much of a player or this and that, but he's showing us different. Like, so I was like, wow, they was treating me like I was a scrub. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to get out there and play and do my thing. Because like the leading scorers on our team, I think Derek Chivas had 16, I had 15, and Bug Eye had 13.
The
You
New
know
York.
what I'm saying? And we didn't even play the fourth quarter hardly, you know. So it was crazy, man, that
It
experience,
is.
you know?
The McDonald's stuff is a lot of politics and business that goes
It
with it.
is.
And if you
It
have
is.
guys that's been kind of name brand for years and years and
Right.
years, those are
Right.
the guys that they're gonna put out front. And
Absolutely.
that's
But
part
the
of that's
important thing, the thing for me with that, sorry to cut you off, though they I impressed them. Like you know what I'm trying to say? I
yeah.
got respect from those
Yeah,
guys, and that's what
you
really
got Danny
matters to me.
Manning looking at you
Right.
talking like, bro, you cooking out here like you could get respect from
Absolutely.
your peers and all that.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely. Like
My man,
he tried to dunk it on me and I blocked it. The ref
yeah,
called
yeah,
foul.
yeah, yeah. They call foul.
Yeah, everybody was
Even
they
the
was
refs
booing.
is hating.
Huh?
I said even the refs is hating on
Yeah, yeah, they was hating, man.
you.
Same thing, like Troy, I chased this guy down for a pinter shot on the backboard on the fast break. They called goal to them. They was hating. They was
They
hating.
want you to shine, dude. But listen, that's how it
I
goes
had fun
sometimes.
though. I had
We go,
fun though. That's all
we,
that matters though.
my man, we going to St. John's in the early '80s, man. Like, talk to me, man. This is a big deal, man. You on the stage of stages.
Yeah, like it felt like I was going pro. Like I didn't know what going pro felt like at the time, but that's what I felt like, man. Like because the Knicks were terrible
They
at that
weren't
time.
good.
So
Y'all the team.
yep. So
Y'all the
St.
team on
John's
the
was
back of the
it.
paper.
We was New York's team.
Y'all
You
New
know.
York's team.
Yeah. So, but
Who's
I
on this
felt,
team?
man, that was my best. Like, I think I felt the best my freshman year going in there, knowing I was going to be a part of that. Even that part was hard because Coach Carnesecca promised me that I was going to play point guard. That's why I signed. You
Okay,
see what I'm
let's talk
saying?
about this.
And I never got to play a second of point guard. You
Uh,
know, and the only time, but I did get the handle, just like when my sophomore year, when I was on the varsity team, when we played Georgetown, Syracuse, and those guys that could press, I get inserted. Like I'm in, doing my thing. I'm handling the rock, everything. So, but he never let me play point guard. I know for a fact I would have had a different career if I would have been the point guard.
okay. Let's deep dive this a little bit. You come in as a freshman. How tall are you?
6'8",
You're
6'7", 6'7".
You're
I'm still
6'7",
6'7".
6'7", almost
Yeah,
6'8". Point guard.
6'7", right.
Point guard.
From my freshman year to I think my junior year, I grew 2 inches. I was 6'9" by the end of my junior year.
And you still have all of these point guard skills.
Right.
So you're a point guard. Yeah. So like you're you know what I'm saying, rare breed. You're a point guard. You're seeing the floor like a point guard. Luke
Absolutely.
Honor said, man, you're gonna be a point guard when you come here. Who's on this team, man, and why are you not playing point guard in your opinion? Did he tell you why, or you can just
No, never talked about it. Never anything. Like never nothing. You know what I mean?
it
And
was a
like I
bait and
said,
switch.
and like I said, I didn't have a mentor. My high school coach, Coach Williams, had just passed away my freshman
Yes.
year, so I didn't have nobody to really speak up for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, because I know if he had been alive, there's no way he would have went for that, and he would have got me to transfer. Like if they would have was going to do that, or he would
Yeah.
have told me not to sign. You know.
Okay. So man,
So
who's on this team your freshman year at St. John's?
Mark Jackson and Mike Moses were the guards.
Like more, those are good guys right there. Those are good guys.
Absolutely. Like it's nothing I can say about the talent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But still, they're not 6'9".
No,
You know,
no.
they're not
That's
six
my
nine.
like you're something different. Like a 6'9" point guard. Absolutely. So where did they put you on the court, man? What was you playing?
I was playing the four and the five. And man, Tristan, I'll tell you, man, like I said, I was a point guard my whole life. So that means I'm looking at the action. I see it, you know what I'm saying? But when they put me there, I had to play with my back to the basket. And I'm 175 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'7", 175. And
You're
I'm
a
going
full
against
winning
Willie
dude.
Glass.
Oh my
I'm going
goodness.
against Willie Glass, 6'5", 210, Walter Berry, 6'8", 220. You know what I mean?
Walter Berry?
Bill Winnington, 7 foot. Rod, you know what I mean? I'm going against these grown men, you know?
and
But
real big.
after the first 2 weeks, I wanted to quit. I was going to quit. I was calling home like, man, I can't do this. I got to get out. They was killing me, but, you know, I had to learn how to play all over again.
Oh my
You know what I
goodness.
mean? And you got these big grown men pushing me in all the way from the post to the free throw line. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, yo, what is going on?
Walter
And
Berry,
I'm
dude?
looking around. I'm looking around asking while they're putting me up there. Yo, what the heck was going on here? But
Oh my
yeah, I had to
goodness.
learn, man. I was gonna quit, man. I was like, man, I can't. I'm not even good enough. I thought I was good, but then I started to pick it up. You
Oh
know what
my
I mean? And
goodness.
things started turning around. It got different because I learned how to use my quickness instead of
Ah,
trying to outstrong these guys. Like I realized I was so much faster than them, and they couldn't keep up with me. So that became my source.
that became your advantage, right? Okay,
Yep, my advantage. Yep.
so what happened after freshman? What happened after freshman? Because I can see this picture. You're like, yo, they're pushing me there, and Walter Berry's a dog around the basket. I know
Hmm.
he's like
Yep.
licking his chops when you come around. So you had to find out your advantage,
Yeah.
your length and your speed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
What did you have a conversation with Coach Carnesecca? He's a legendary coach, man. Did you have a conversation with him going from freshman to sophomore year? Like, hey, what we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't come to agreement. I gotta go.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wasn't like that. Like, you see what I'm saying? I told you I was like a more laid back, waiting to
Yes.
see what's going to happen. I didn't have a mentor speaking for me or doing. I wasn't that type of guy. So I was just listening to what he said and feed off of that. So, you know what I mean? He would bring me out there. Like when I first came to St. John's freshman year, I used to have a push shot. My shot. It would go in like it was good form and everything, but it was just a push. It wasn't a hold up and let it go. It was just a from here, just push it.
Hmm.
And he was working on that with me my freshman year. So we had a lot of conversations, you know, different things, what he expected, how I could be better and things like that. So yeah, we talked a lot pretty much.
So did he say that he was going to slide you over to this point guard position, or
No,
you're going to be up
no,
front?
never talked about that. Like, you know what I mean? Never talked about it. Like I said, I think he was just licking his chops because of the talent that he saw, like that he could put me up front with Walter Berry and Bill Winnington, and he is just licking his chops, I believe, you know?
I'm
But
taking the talent. I'm gonna take this talent, this young raw
right,
talent, and then also
yep,
you're pretty green, right? You're not going.
right,
You're not.
right.
You didn't have the provider type of mentality. Like, yo, I'm gonna start slapping people.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. That's right. You know,
So it's like,
I was down in Atlanta last week, and I was talking to Walter Berry. You know, he lives there, so we got together and was talking and stuff. And I was telling my family, I was joking about it. I was like, man, I wish I had this guy's mentality because when he didn't get the ball, somebody was going to be up against the wall with
yeah,
their feet off the ground.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I,
And
and,
I said, man, I should have listened. I should have learned from
I
that.
know
But no.
this is why these conversations are good because I think that you and I have a lot of symmetry. I didn't get to 6'9", but we have a lot of
Mhm.
symmetry in even how we approach life and all these type of things, and have
Mhm.
the same things happen along
Yeah.
the way. But these are the type of things that happen in college, and people don't really recognize it. That did you have anybody on the coaching staff or a team was like, bro, listen, man, my guy is a wing and a point guard. Do we need to kind of move him? Because we know Connor Second got the last word, but was there anybody that was in his ear like, yo, if we kind of put him out there in the point guard, man, that gives us so much more flexibility.
No way, man. Ain't nobody going against coach like that.
Nobody was touching him.
Nobody gonna do that.
He was a made man.
If they did it, they did it behind closed doors.
Yeah, but it fell on deaf ears because he was like,
Right.
oh, he's
Right.
6'9". I'm keeping him where I'm keeping him.
Yeah, basically.
And then for you, you were just like, I gotta adapt. Did
That's
you
what I
feel
was
like
thinking. I was scared to death, man. I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it now. I can't, you know. But then I started getting it. I started using my point guard skills, mixing it up with how I was playing, get the rebound, take it the full length. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
you was kind of blending in like what
Yeah.
they want from you, and then you was still kind of like, you know what I mean, coloring outside the lines with what you're good at. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely, man. It's
How close were
100%
you
there.
to transferring? How close was you to transferring? Very close or not close?
Very close. The assistant coach, Ron Rutledge, he came and talked me out of it. You know what I mean? Because he was a black coach, so he hit
Shout
me
out
with
to
all
Ron.
that.
He was around when I was there. Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Ron.
yeah, he was still there when you were there.
He was
Ron
around.
Rutledge, you know who I'm talking
I
about.
do know Ron Rustless. What happened?
He was just like, he would tell me, man, you know, you can't do that, but we got to stick together. It's a black thing, you know. He was talking to me like that,
So he was
you
like,
know?
hold on, man. So listen, we got to flip this, Coach Ruffles. You should be going to
Yeah.
bat. I mean, you got me getting pushed around I'm
Yeah.
guarding Bill Winnington. I'm supposed to be out there with the guards. Like, and you talking about we supposed to stick together.
Tristan, I used to always, when I was down there with the big guys, I used to always be looking down there at the
You looking
guards.
down at the other end, right? Because that's where the guards are at. That's my
Oh, he's
jam.
looking
Like, what
down
y'all doing?
there, yeah.
You over there doing drop steps and miking drills.
Yeah,
Like, I'm supposed to be
man.
over
And
there
175 pounds, man. It was funny.
doing miking
It was
drills. You're like,
funny.
oh, I'm supposed to be
Yep.
over there, man.
Yeah. Oh, man, they was killing me. That first 2 weeks, that first month, they was killing me, yo. For
I could
real.
understand it, bro. You running the show at the MAC. You playing point guard at Easter Invitational, and then they're like,
Yeah.
all right, whistle blow. Shelton Jones, you go down there with Walter Berry and Bill Winnington.
Yep. Yep. My sophomore year, I started at center.
Talk about the sophomore year, man, because you didn't go. You stayed. What did we do sophomore year,
Yeah, I
dude? This is
stayed.
fascinating.
I stayed, and I started at center. Like, that's how desperate he was, you know what I'm trying to say? Because he wanted the talent in there, but he had me out of position, you know what I mean?
How'd that work for you, dude? Because first of all, listen, man, I think in today's game, you will be like super crazy. But those guys were posting up back there and
Right,
stealing and ducking in,
right.
elbowing, 7
Clogging up
feet,
the lane, you
big
know what I'm trying
guys,
to say?
right?
Right,
5 fouls to
right,
use. Like, how
right,
was it defending these guys? Because I think offensively you can find your advantage, but defend, you're like,
right.
oh, this is
Oh, defensively too. Like, defensively, like, coach taught us these defensive moves and all that, how to work, how to split, and I was good at it. Like I said, I was quick. And
Yep.
because, like, when they would throw the pass into the big guy, before he would even move or react, I'm around him, getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
so you
that's why
figured it
coach
out.
felt
I'm a ball
comfortable.
player. I'm gonna figure it
Yeah,
out.
exactly,
Okay, I like
exactly.
it.
I
I
remember
like
I
it.
was in Portland, and
I like
my second cousin, Mark Bryan, he played for Seton Hall.
Yep.
He was at Portland. I was in Portland. He was playing for them. I was trying out for their team. And it was me and him, and the coach was like, it was a feeding drill where you had to get it into the post, and he tried to score on me. I promise you, 10 times in a row, they threw that ball in. Oh, man, I'm sorry.
You
10
good? You
times in a
good?
row.
I'm getting excited.
All right, yeah. 10 times in a row, the ball came in there. I stole it or got a hand on it 10 times. You heard me? And it was just me and him. And Mark got so frustrated. I remember he threw this elbow at me
He
that
tried
if
to
it would
hurt
have
you.
hit me, and this is my man, my family. So this is how I know my defensive pressure was all that. Like, I was all over this guy. And he threw the elbow because he was frustrated. I got it 10 times in a row.
He
But
tried to
that's how
wire your jaw real quick.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like he's supposed to. Like he's supposed to do that.
And
Somebody
then
got you
need a
like that.
competition. So you're
Right.
starting at center, man.
Right.
What does this look like, man? Because we do have a career after to talk about what happened through this sophomore year and moving forward, man. You're starting at center. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, I made big strides my sophomore year, even though I was playing out of position.
Yeah.
And I mean, I made big strides. I think because my freshman year I averaged like 3 points or something like that. This year, playing out of position, I went up to 8.5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I averaged like 5 rebounds, something like that, or whatever.
Right.
Like that. But see, Walter Berry was still there, so he was
Yeah.
kind of doing everything. You know what I'm trying to say?
And he's in his right. He's in his right area, man. You need spacing.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So he's right there in his wheelhouse, man. Just give me the ball anywhere 10 feet and in, and I'm gonna work. And you like, let me have the ball anywhere half court and in.
That's right. Give it to me when we step over half court. I'm good.
I'm cooking.
Period. Anyway, give it to me anywhere. I can get it anywhere, But my sophomore year, even though it was my most frustrating year, I think it was my best year in terms of learning and growing, you know what I mean, and understanding, like my IQ. I think my IQ went up big time my sophomore year. I learned a lot playing center. You know what I mean? I learned a lot because I was out of position. Those guys couldn't do nothing with me. All they could do is bully me. But when you got a referee, it ain't that much bullying you can do.
You can't do too much bullying. You're gonna get kicked out. You got to do it within the confines. So it really started to make you a more well-rounded player.
It did. That's what I was gonna say. It made me. I'm not saying I couldn't have been better if I was a point guard, but it made me an overall player. Like I had no weaknesses. Not on offense. Not on offense.
Yeah, so now you're shaping up to being around the basket way more than you ever was in your life.
Starting to feel comfortable around the bucket. Yep.
Yeah, and you can defend all of the positions now.
Yep, right? Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Okay, so what's going on now? Like, because you was ready to quit basketball. I'm sure you was ready to slap everybody on campus one time or two. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but eventually that sophomore year ended. Walter Berry went to the pros, and then things got started for me. You know what I
Talk
mean?
to me. Let's go sliding into this.
Yeah.
Oh, like when we go back home, man, what's the home life looking like in between these, man? You still going up to the Mac? You know what I mean? Or you still seeing the guys, or you really not going home? You just kind of staying, on campus.
At that time, you mean?
Yeah, sophomore, junior
Oh
year.
yeah. No, at that time I was in the hood all the time.
You going back
You know what
home?
I mean? They used to be tripping, man, because I would be playing. I'd be playing against Connecticut at Alumni Hall. Like maybe might have a 1 o'clock game or something like that. And by 4 o'clock, I'm in the hood. So everybody's like, "Yo, I just saw you on TV, man. How you getting at it, man? It was TV. The place is right down the street, 30 minutes."
You at they seen you
They
at the
couldn't
Chinese spot.
comprehend. Like, they just saw me on TV. How the hell you get from LA this quick? You know what I'm saying?
You're like, I'm right down the street. Now they see you in the Chinese spot.
Yeah, right, exactly. But that was the best time for me when after I finished games and I could go home. Oh, that was the best.
That was
That was
good,
the
man.
best.
That was a good
Oh,
blend that
absolutely.
you needed. So are you thinking,
Yeah.
you got 2 more years, man. Are you thinking NBA, man? You thinking it's still possible, man? Is that thing still going?
Hell yeah.
Talk,
I'm thinking for sure I'm going.
talk to me.
Like after my sophomore year, after my junior year, I was thinking for sure I'm going. Because like I said, my freshman year I averaged 3 points. My
Yup,
second year I averaged 8.5, and my third year I went up to 14 and a half points. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
do you see that? And then my senior year I go to 19. Like, come on. Ain't
Look at
nobody
that. Look at
watching
this.
that. Ain't
Look at this
nobody saying it.
improvement.
And I was out of position for 3 of those years.
What you play? What you play junior and senior year?
Junior year, same thing. Like, you know what I mean? I played 4 and 5.
And then what happened? What happened? What
Because
happened?
I'm naturally in that position. By that time, my senior year, I was a 3. I should have been a 3.
Now you
I
slide
should have
into
been.
that three.
And,
Now at this time, man, like if you can give us somebody that we know and somebody in the chat can kind of tap in, who would you say is a good comparison to how your game is shaping out to be right now, in like this junior going into senior year? Because you went from a full point guard to they put you in there and beat you up and molded you off of your grit, your determination, and you not quitting, and then you learning from hands-on experience into this really well-rounded player. Who would you say your game was kind of like, or who would you say that we would know that would be a good comparison?
believe it or not, like I haven't told a lot of people this, but even though we were very competitive when he used to come back to the school to play against us at St. John, I kind of modeled my game after David Russell.
David Russell.
Yep, David Russell, the way he attacked the basket, the way he rebounded, the way he ran, the way he did things, I kind of took a lot of stuff from him.
Dope. Shout out to
Because I
David
spent a
Russell.
lot of time with him in the summertime. Yeah, shout out to David Russell, because he used to come up in the summertime, so I got to watch him. And he wasn't easy on me too, man. He was
Yeah.
tough on me. He was tough on me, man. Like he would say something, I like might laugh or something on the sideline. He'd be like, "What you laughing at, punk? Get out here and get some of this." Like he
Yeah.
was like that with me, you know what I'm saying? He was a nice
OG
guy. Don't
stuff.
get me wrong. He
It's
was
some
a nice
OG
guy,
stuff right
but he
there.
was tough on me, man. He really was. So I modeled my game after him, like a little bit. Yeah.
That's awesome. Shout out to him, another Long Island legend, man. But that's
Yeah.
cool. But now we got this well-rounded. You average 19 your senior year, so you're seeing this improvement.
Hmm.
In this improvement, um, we round out this St. John's years, man. What would you say the best moment was for you as a St. John's, Johnny? What was your best moment as a Johnny, man? And then we'll slide into what this NBA thing looked like.
Well, I had so many good times, man. I can't. It's
Rattle
hard to
off a
just
couple.
pinpoint
Rattle off a
one.
couple. I don't want to
It's
limit you.
hard to pinpoint
Rattle
one,
off a
but
couple.
Final Four,
Final
that
four.
was like a great experience for me.
What year was
You
that
know what
for
I'm
you?
saying?
For the people that don't know,
84,
what
84.
what
1984 against Georgetown. And
what was you? What year was you? A
I was a
freshman?
freshman.
You're a
Freshman.
freshman, dude.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, I'm on the stage, man, playing
Yeah.
against. There was three Big East teams up in there.
Yep. Villanova, Georgetown, and ourselves.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So that's one. What's another one, man?
Like just when we went to LA one trip, we flew out to play UCLA, and we
Ooh,
met Grady from Sanford and Son.
that's
You
dope.
know, yeah, we met him, and me and Mark was saying, somebody stole my daddy records. I'll never forget that, man. We had so much time.
Hey, UCLA is a cool place to play, man. It's a
Oh
real
man, that's
laid
my
back area.
favorite place.
Yo,
Like
that's
like
my
from
favorite
my
place.
first time I went, see, look at the things we have in common. My
Bro,
first
LA,
year
I
I
said, man,
played
I
there.
should have went to UCLA, man. I like this.
That is very nice out there. Now, my
And it's
freshman
a
year,
laid back style too. Like this is my personality.
you're right. It would have been perfect for you. It's
Yeah,
definitely laid back over
yeah,
there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but my well, I played there for the high school American game, and I tore it up. Like I played well there, and then I played him again. I think junior year we played them, and then junior year and then senior year we played them again. And those are the best times. Like just hanging out with the guys,
Yeah,
like in L.A. Like I said,
yeah,
we ran into Grady from
yeah.
San Francisco. Whitman Mayo is his real name. I said Grady,
I
but
don't remember his real name. He's great.
Whitman Mayo is his real name. So just stuff like that, man, like was awesome to me.
Absolutely. So now we're shaping up into this pro prospect, man. What's the thought process, man? Do we have an agent? Like this is a whole nother lane that your family's now. What are we talking about? Because this could be really overwhelming turning into a pro, man. What are you doing? Who's preparing you? What happens?
Yeah, I made bad decisions about that. Like, if anything I regret is those decisions I made when I graduated because I didn't do it like from my own will and my own heart. Like crazy as it sounds, like Coach and Mark Jackson like were kind of trying to tell me what to do. Like Mark even said to me, like during the thing, he said, "Man, if you don't choose Don Cronston, we can't be boys no more, man." Like
Ah,
this nigga really said that to me in
ah,
the
so
meeting
he
with
gave you like
Coach.
ultimatum, man.
Yo,
What,
man, he was like,
how
and
old are
when he
how,
said it, it wasn't like he scared me, like I'm, he intimidated me or nothing like that. But he scared me because I'm thinking, oh shit, I thought I'm good. Like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Talking to me like that. So
yeah,
it kind of worried me. Like I'm thinking, okay, if I don't do what they say, they're gonna hate on me and they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah. That
talk
might jam
bad.
you up. That could jam
Because
you
I
up.
don't feel like they supported me anyhow on the draft. There's no way I shouldn't have. You know what I'm trying to say? I
Yeah,
was
let's talk
should have
about
went
this.
that low. Like even though
I,
I got drafted at a good place, second pick of the second round is not bad. Don't get me wrong, but there's no
okay,
way.
let's backtrack it. This is an important piece because this right here is where a lot of people have a big question mark to really what happened with Shelton Jones. So if you don't mind, I want to deep dive a little bit more on the backstory of this draft process because if I'm an NBA player, if I'm an NBA scout, I'm looking at this 6'9" talent to be able to add to my roster. You
Right.
grew up in New York and you see all of this trend of all of this progress, but the skill set. I want to see who was involved with even having you high on their board. Where was you on their board? So did we go with this? We went with this agent.
Yes.
All right, we went with this agent, right. So, how old are you at this time?
22.
You're still a young man, 22
Yeah.
years old, man. The NBA world is a big world, business world. You don't know what's going on. So you're like, all right, you signed with this agent, right? Who are you working out for, man? Where did you think that you was going?
See, that's the crazy part about it. I didn't work out for anybody.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't work out for anybody. What I had heard was that New York was going to take me.
Okay,
This
let's
is
talk
what I
about that.
heard.
Let's talk about that.
Because when I was going to the draft, when it's time for the draft, uh, I was talking to Coach, and Coach was like, when I sit down and talk to Coach, he always make it seem like I had a choice. So he was like, "So what are you going to do? Do you want to go? You got because at my graduation, I didn't graduate because I had to do the Olympics, so I didn't graduate with my class, like in what is it, August or June, whatever it is. In June, I didn't graduate then walk with my class because I was at the Olympics.
Okay.
So Coach said to me, so when it was time to come for me to walk later, it was the draft that was there. So it was like I couldn't walk with this group either or either go to the draft. So I said, you know what, Coach, I think I'm gonna go to the graduate. I want my family to see me walk with, and all this stuff. And he was like, he went in, he started cursing me out. You're fucking up. You're this, you're that, you're that. And I said, Coach, all you had to say was I might need to go to the draft. Because he was like, what it looked like the hometown team pick you and you're not there. So I was like,
What you mean
because
by that?
I hadn't worked out with nobody. No, I heard rumors that New York wanted me, but that's just rumors. So when he said that, I was like, oh shit, maybe. So I said, all right, Coach, I'll go to the draft, like
Okay.
that. Because I started thinking they was gonna take me. And when we got to the draft and everything, you know how the fellas hanging out in the hotel, we chilling. And everybody's going like, damn, you see.
Let me ask you one question at this point,
Right.
right? Because, you know, like things change. Now, was it common for guys to not work out for teams at this time? Or it just happened that you wasn't doing it because of you not knowing and your agent not knowing? Or everybody that was big time was not really working out for teams? Was that a thing?
No, I don't think so. Like, you know what I mean? Because from what I know, you work out for teams. The teams
Yeah,
that are
that's what I'm saying.
interested in
Like,
you, you work out,
okay,
especially in the first round, you know?
yes,
You got
okay.
to work
So
out for
everybody's like,
teams.
I got to see this guy in person. So you
Right.
didn't work out for anybody.
Right. But see, this is why I think that I didn't really have the support that I needed
Man, okay.
behind the scenes. You know what I'm trying to say? I
Yeah,
don't think
man.
I had the support because there's no way. Like you could have.
Where's Ron Rutledge at for this, man?
Oh, Ron Rutledge is like the assistant coach. He didn't really have no power to do anything, you know.
Ah, man. Okay. Carry on, man. Finish the story, man. I'm
Yeah.
playing it
So
with.
just in my heart, I mean,
Yeah,
I love those guys coaching on them. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's just like
absolutely.
a father and son relationship. You have its ups and downs, you know. But I'm looking at it like I really don't believe they supported me because there's no freaking way that would have happened. Like I know that Ross Strickland was good. He was a year older. He was ready right away. But why if Mark Jackson is the point guard rookie of the year before?
Let's
I'm
walk that
going
back.
too fast. I'm moving.
Let's walk it back. Nah, this
Yeah.
is important too, man. I kind of
Yeah.
see where you're going. Let's walk this back, right?
Okay.
Okay. So they talked. You go back to the office. I kind of took it on a little tangent, but I think it was important. You said that coach is saying, "Hey, man, the home team is going to take you." So you're like, "Wait a minute, that's New York."
He didn't say they were going to take me, but he said, "What if?"
No, what
He said,
if?
"What if
But
they
but
take
but
you and
but
you're
but
not
but,
there?"
but you know what I'm saying? The way he kind of
Yeah.
said that, "What if?" You're like, "Hold on a
Yeah.
second, stop
I was like, "Huh?" Yeah, for
So, all
sure.
right, so bring us to draft now. You said you was with the
So
guys.
we get to the draft, we in the hotel. You know, you got a bunch of guys, how athletes are. They get together, they talking junk, you know. So we see Danny, and you say to Danny, "Oh man, you the number one pick, man. You this and that." You see John Williams, you say, "Oh man, you lottery, you this." So they would say to me, "Oh man, but you're gonna be with your home team, your hometown team. You the man." You know, so I'm geeking me all up, and I'm thinking, yeah, you know, I kind of am. I think they are gonna take me, you know.
What pick did the Knicks have at this time?
From 17 or 19, one of the
Yeah,
two.
yeah, it's
Something
late
like that.
teams.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, go ahead, finish up. This
And
is
so, you know, we
yes.
doing all that stuff like that. So, and I still wasn't confident that they were going to take me because I had, like I said, I hadn't worked out for nobody. I didn't do a physical or anything. And then on the way to the draft, I get a call. I'm in the limo and I get a call. It says that the Knicks want me to come in. So I'm like, man, okay. So I'm like, all right, we detour, we going over there, we get to the workout and everything. So now I'm like, okay, this is starting to make sense. Now they working me out, they're doing so I'm starting to feel a little better about it, you know. So
Yeah.
we get
Okay, I
there,
like
you know, I
that.
got my little suit on and everything. Like, so they's like, man, we seen you 4 years at St. John's. We know you, we know what you could do, we know everything about you. We just want to see what kind of shape you in, like where you stand, your body fat, you know, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. He's like, this. So the guy's like, yeah, take off your jacket, your tie, you know, your shirt. They gave me a T-shirt, and I kept my dress pants on and my church shoes. I had my shoes on still, and
Yeah.
so like, they got me on the thing. So I said, man, I got my shoes. And don't worry about it. It ain't gonna be tough. Like, it ain't gonna be nothing. And man, 5 minutes later, I'm on that joint at the top of the line, like they got it at 8.0 or something like that. I'm flying, sweating in my joints. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, these niggas said. They was just checking my body fat. Like, and I'm on there sweating. I ain't got no
Oh,
extra clothes. I ain't got nothing. I ain't even, and my church shoes going hard. You know what I mean? Be sweating and
who
shit.
does
I'm like,
that?
this thing's crazy, man. You know?
Oh my gosh.
But then when I got finished though, the guy did tell me, he was like, man, sorry we had to do that to you, but you know, you were so good, we wanted to see the whole result. And you know, next to Kenny Walker, you got like the lowest body fat, you in the best shape we ever seen, you know, all this stuff. They was geeking me up. Like I had it. They was like, okay, so you can go ahead and get dressed. We'll see you at the draft, like that.
In church
Yeah, so
shoes
I
and
go down
down
and
on
go
the
to the
treadmill.
draft. Man, I had my church shoes on. They gave me a T-shirt. I never
That's
forget that. I had my dress pants and my church shoes
oh my
on
god.
the treadmill.
I
Man,
know.
niggas had me going, you
Oh
know?
my god. So what happens? What happens then? You got yourself. Where do we go now? And then what happens?
Right. We at the draft, first 10 picks. I'm laughing with everybody, high-fiving guys who get walking past me when they get drafted, having a good time because I'm thinking the Knicks going to take me. And then it comes down to the pick. And it's like, oh man, time just like stops. It's
Your
like
heart beating.
still. Oh man, I never was more nervous about something in my whole life because of what it meant if it happened. You know
Yes.
what I'm trying to say? It meant that I made it. It meant that my dreams came true. It meant that, so I was nervous as hell because it's not, everybody thinks it's easy to be successful or it's easy to be great. It's not.
It's
You know
hard.
what I'm trying to say? Because you could talk yourself out of that. Like, oh, I can't do it. It's easy to fall. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not easy to be confident. And,
Yep.
so I'm sitting there and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, what? And then, and here he comes up there. He goes, for the 17th pick, the New York Knicks select. And when he said select, it was like, you could hear a pin drop. Everybody's just waiting. And when he said Rod Strickland, I just lost it. Like, oh man. And couldn't believe it, man. I was so fucked. I was never the same. To this day, I'm not the same guy from that
uh,
moment. You know what I mean? I couldn't. It was the most disappointing thing that I've ever went through in my life.
and the reason why this is very valuable, so thank you for being very transparent with that, is because you just said it right. It changed your whole everything.
Yeah.
Because not only was it the hometown team, right? I watch basketball. I know I try to be a historian and think it was a really good fit.
Perfect. Perfect fit.
Name the coach and who was on this team for people that don't know. Like, because now we're looking at it, you was a missing piece that they never got.
Absolutely.
Talk to me.
Absolutely.
Talk to me.
Absolutely.
Who was on that team and who was the coach, if you remember?
Who was the coach on that
Was
team?
it was it Patino at the
Rick
time?
Pitino.
I think it was Patino.
Rick Pitino, yeah.
This was going towards the bomb squad.
Right. It was Rick Pitino, yeah.
Rick Patino, man. Okay,
Yeah.
so
But I think Ernie Grunfeld was the GM though. Like I
okay.
don't think Rick had like
No, he doesn't
power.
have the last say, but we're just trying to paint the picture for people who
Yeah.
don't know because this was a good fit. Who was on that roster from your
Perfect fit. It was Patrick Ewing, Gerald Wilkins, Oakley, who else was there?
I think it
Mark,
was even like Johnny Newman. Was Johnny Newman
Johnny
there?
Newman. Those are the two important names of it, Johnny Newman and Gerald Wilkins, because they had to play the small forward where I would have been. And
Yep.
both of them are 6'6", 6'5", the most. 6'5",
And not,
6'6", the
not as
most.
tall as you.
Right. Right. So I would have been a perfect matchup because even when I got to the Sixers eventually and became a starter, I matched up well against Dominique, Larry Bird, and all these
That's
big threes. You know what I mean?
that's right in your wheelhouse right there.
Right up my alley. Right up my
Right up
alley.
your
And
that's your jam. Oh man.
yep. So whenever I look back at that, man, I say, wow, if they would have just took me, we could have had a dynasty. Not because I was so great, but I fit so perfect
I know.
with
So
them. I had played with Mark for the last 3 years. We know each other back and forth, you know?
they had Mark Jackson, but then they decided to get Rod Strickland as a
Which makes
backup.
no sense when he was rookie of the year. Mark was rookie of the year. Why do you need Strickland? What do you do that for? Like the only thing I could think of why they took him was they was trying to take the best player available. But even that doesn't make sense, especially when Mark was rookie of the year and I played with him for the last 3 years and I'm 6'9", small forward. You know what I mean? All those things considered, that's all you need to hear, you
And,
know?
and
Man, when I look back at it still now, I can't believe they didn't take, like, if they would have took me, it would have changed everything. We'd have had a dynasty.
that's very New York Knicks like because first of
Oh,
all,
that's exactly.
basketball is a game of length. And
Mm-hmm.
if you look at your track record, you're a 6'9" point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then you
Yeah.
got Patino. Patino likes to move and groove, man. I can use
Yeah.
it a lot of different ways.
It would have been the perfect system and everything. I
Uh,
love to run. That's my game. I'm running. I'm getting
yeah,
and I'm going.
yeah. And you can guard all of the positions. You was guarding Winnington and Bay. You be like, yo, PE, Pat, I got him on this play.
Yeah.
You could switch out on the
Yeah.
big. You could got oh my goodness. And you're 6'9". Right? You can't
Right.
do that. So
Right.
so get past that, man. Your heart is in your chest right now. It's something to your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So you finish up, and then who eventually takes you?
The Spurs, San Antonio Spurs. Larry Brown called me, and I remember talking to him. He was like, "Hey, Jones, I know you're upset. I know you wanted to play for your hometown team and all this stuff. He said, but hey, we love you. We want you. We want you to come down. We've always liked you from when you were young. We hope, and we know we're not New York, but we'd love to have you. He really broke it down for me. It made me feel really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I still was broken. I liked what he was saying and everything. It made me feel better about it, but I was broken, man. I wasn't excited no more. Like I wasn't, what I'm trying to say? I just did it from that point on. I just did it because I could.
Oh man.
Like I
So
wasn't
that
excited
really,
no more.
that really, if we're gonna be honest, it kind of killed your spirit, like your basketball spirit.
It did.
It did.
It did. I just saw Kai Commerce pop up on the thing. He's another one, a legend
He's
from back
another
in the
guy,
day. I
up
forgot
late
to mention. Yeah,
70s guy, man. Shout out to
yeah,
Kai Commerce.
yeah.
So
Kai Commerce all day.
this is the type of stuff that a lot of people don't recognize that happens to you and I, the player, as a human being, right? They
Right,
look at
because we are human. Because we're still human.
they just look at the performance and did you do well or didn't you? So this is where I
Right.
really like, because I can have empathy for stuff like that. I'm walking it with you, bro. Like, oh my gosh, like, yo, this is a perfect fit, and you bypass it for a backup guard who's with Rod Strickland is awesome, but you already got an awesome point guard,
Yeah.
and Rod Strickland is all of 6'1",
Right.
and not very versotable. So it's
Mhm.
like, what are y'all doing?
That
And
was crazy.
now you got to pick up the pieces and move forward with your career. So what happens when you do that? Do we still keep this agent? What team do we end up playing for rookie year? And then what happens?
Yeah, I still stayed with that agent, but I think for that my rookie year though, I think I got drafted by the Spurs, and
Yes.
then we got like there were three guys who got hurt or something like that, and so he had to make a trade for a big guy, and since I had my agent again, Don Croston, who I chose, gave me bad advice. He told me because the Spurs were offering myself, Vernon Maxwell, and Willie Anderson. We were the three rookies. They were offering all three of us 3-year contracts. So they were going to build a team around us,
Those are good
like
players, man, by the way. Those are really good players.
good players
Yeah,
and
that's
better
good players.
and better people.
Yeah.
They're better guys, better people. But it was us three. And he told me, nah, sign a 1-year deal. Go in there and tear him up, and then you can sign the big deal. Like, and I should have known better all the problems I was having already. That it wasn't going to be that easy to just get out there and have a great year. He's looking at me in college back in New York and all that kind of stuff. But it was
Yeah.
totally different in this atmosphere. So I listened to him though. I took the 1-year deal. So when they had to trade somebody, I was the first one to go
Because
because I had the least amount of years. It was easy to get rid of
you
me.
got the 1-year deal. On top of that, man, I'm not. Do you even know that your spirit is kind of broken, and then you kind of just trying to
Yeah,
find your way? Does
right,
he know that?
right.
Does he?
I don't know if he knew I was broken. Like
Yeah.
he didn't know that. You
Did
know what I mean?
anybody know that? Shelton
No,
did.
no, no. I didn't share that with anybody.
You kept that to yourself.
Yeah. I didn't tell him. I was too embarrassed to tell anybody.
Yeah,
Like I
I
still had a
understand.
lot to be grateful for. I was blessed. Like
Yeah,
people look at me like I'm crazy if I'm, you know what I'm saying?
I
So I
understand.
just kind of sucked it up. You know what I mean? And still did it. Because when I got to San Antonio, I felt better because I loved those Willie and Vernon. Oh man, we
Yeah,
was tight as thieves, man. Us
yeah,
three, we were so tight. So I
yeah.
had a lot of fun.
Right,
I was having fun. So, you know what I mean? So it made it better for me. But
right.
then as soon as I get used to them and I get used to everything, I get traded. I'm
Uh,
learning about the business early, and I go to Golden State and I meet Don Nelson for the first time. He shakes my hand with a little silly putty hand, shake with a soft handshake, and he tells me, "Hey, nice to meet you, but I don't even think you can play in this league. I just got you. We took you because we wanted to get rid of this bum we had." And his name was Jerome Whitehead, I think. And he was a veteran. I knew him. I was a little kid, watched him growing up. And he was talking. I said, he's talking about his boy like that, his player. I know he don't give a damn about me, man.
so
And it was just
you're starting to
that.
see it. You're starting to
Yeah,
see
that
you're starting to see
experience I had was terrible.
the cold world of the basketball
Oh
business.
yeah, I'm learning the business of it, Because when I got with Golden State after I got traded to them, like Don Nelson would not put me in. Like he let me practice. I'd do all the drills and stuff. But then when it came time to run plays for the team plays and do all those things, he'd have me on the sideline. Like I have to pick it up by just looking. I didn't get a chance to run it, do this and that, do none of that kind of stuff. And then he brought in and I thought it was like I said, okay, maybe that's just how they do rookies. They just, and so then we brought in. Steve Alford. I think you remember that name, Steve
Yeah, from
Alford
Indiana.
from Indiana.
Yeah, yeah,
On a 10-day. He came in on a 10-day. And for 10 days, they was running the plays 100 times for this guy. And I know he got the ball in his hand. He's the point guard and everything, but come on, you know what I'm saying? He's
come
in
on,
they
man,
going
come on. We
running the
don't.
plays for
Come
him
on.
over and over and over. Just we over in practice an extra 2 hours to make sure he gets it. And I'm standing on the sideline, like, you know. And then when all the plays are done doing all that, and we get back to the physical drills and all that, then he puts me back in for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I used to go to like Chris Mullin was on that team, you know,
You
my
was like the
former
stunt
teammate.
double.
Yeah. So Chris was on that team. And I would like go, Chris's wife, Liz, would cook for me and stuff, like invite
Yeah,
me over and all that. So I'd be over there. I was like, Chris, what's up with your man? Because they was cool, him and them. So, and Chris would just like be saying, like, man, just play like you did at St. John. And I would look at him like, Chris, how? They think you don't even put me in in practice. I can't, like, you know, I hear what he's trying to say. Just kill him, just go. But it's like, nah, I'm not trying to kill nobody. I'm trying to understand what's going on. You
yeah.
know what I'm trying to
So you're
say?
like in this. You're like in this whole matrix that you're trying to figure out, and very few people can really pinpoint what you're even experiencing and what you think. Because you got Mullen, who's an all-star. He's like, man, you just do what you do, right? And you
Right,
got this guy
right.
coming in that's getting favoritism on a 10-day. You got this
Mhm.
coach that's giving you a fish handshake. He don't care anything about you.
Yep.
And you're
Yep.
like, I gotta process this all on my own.
That's
My
right. I
agent
had
don't really
nobody.
know. Yeah, man. So what would you say? Would you say at this time, man, was there like a level of depression and embarrassment? What was going on?
It was some embarrassment there. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Because people didn't know what was going on. They thought that I was just not good. They thought that I
it's
was
not that
fucking
good.
up. I was
Yeah,
this, or it was my fault. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And after a while, I started to believe that maybe it is. I was like, 'cause what they hating on me for? Like, so it got to be me. Got to be something
Yeah,
I'm doing. You know?
yeah,
I had all those kind of thoughts, man. I trying
yeah.
to figure out what was going on. You know?
So
But
what?
I tell you though, to this day, like when I think back about all that stuff,
Wow.
I think the higher power that I didn't blow my brains out, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm serious, and I'm here today, and I'm in my right mind, and I'm
yeah.
not salty, I'm not negative, I'm not a hater. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's such a blessing that I'm not that way. Like, cause I could have easily be an asshole right now. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Or fell victim to some vice,
Right.
right? To
Right.
try to escape.
Right.
What would you say there's a level of pain that comes with, you know what I'm saying? Like this unknown situation when you're so you was from fifth grade, you was clapping boards all
Right.
the way through. You was one of the guys to now you're still young. You're still a young man, right?
Yeah,
Learning
but that's what made
things.
it hard though. Like I was never like a scrub. Like you know what
That's
I'm
my
trying to say?
point.
I was
That's my point.
never
So this
like,
is the
you know
first
what I'm
time.
saying?
This is the first time in your life where you're starting to even feel like other people are looking at you like you're trash, and
Right.
yeah, and you're like, that's not that way at all. But am
Right.
I trash? Like in this
Mhm.
environment, am I trash? And you have
Right.
these types of feelings, and then you having life going by you. You having people that are in your basketball world that are like, get out of here, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is this? And
Yeah.
you can't really speak to anybody about that because there's a lot of people that wouldn't mind being in your position.
Exactly.
So you're like, who do I even speak to like, yo, I'm depressed, bro. I'm in pain. Who do I even talk to?
Well, nobody. You know, because if I talk to my people back home, you know, they can't relate. You
They
know what
have
I'm saying?
no ability
They
to
get
relate.
tired of hearing. They get tired of hearing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
But
bro,
they
you
can't
over there,
relate.
West
They
Coast.
can't relate.
They can't relate. But I can.
Right.
But I can. And this is why this is very fascinating. But I think it's also very valuable because there are some other people that maybe can at a lower level or they
Right.
can in a different career path, right?
For
And
sure.
maybe another younger player can be able to hear this story and hopefully they may not have to go through that. Because there's life outside of basketball, but you were so good for so long and have kind of this rug pulled under your feet because you had to work through the St. John's thing. You was ready. They did that to you in St. John's, but you was able to persevere. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there was a way inside you, like I could still persevere through this, man. But you was
Yeah.
kind of getting, you were still getting this pushback from all of these other
Yeah.
people that were in positions of power, the coaches, the GMs. So what happened? How did the NBA career end, and then what did we end up doing next?
It was just more of the same, like for the rest of my career. You know, it's like I get to a certain point where I struggle, then I get somewhere. It's like, and then right after I breathe, something else comes, you know? Like, because after I left Golden State, they cut me. You see, so I went down to the CBA for 3 games. I averaged like 30, 20, and 5, you know what I mean, for 3 games. So I got called up to the Sixers. That was a great opportunity. I started starting after a while, working out good. Now the end of the season comes. Now the Timberwolves and the Orlando Magic are the 2 new teams coming into the league for that draft. So each team that's in the league has to keep 2 players unprotected. So of course, me being at the lower end of the totem pole at Philly, I was one of the unprotected. Now I had talked to them before, and they told me they're gonna leave me uncovered. They said, but we hoping that nobody takes you. Like we want you. If we get to keep you, we'll talk contract. You know, we do all that. They was talking to me like this.
Yes.
And man, my agent's telling me, oh yeah, well, Orlando's gonna take you. Orlando's gonna take you. So I started going, okay, Orlando's gonna take me. It ain't too bad out there. Orlando's, you know. So and then fucking Minnesota Timberwolves wind up taking me.
It's new and it's cold out there.
Yeah. But when I got to Minnesota, who cared about the story? I loved it in Minneapolis. It was great. I met Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Terry Lewis became like my homeboy, my man. I would go to brunch with him. Like a matter of fact, he took me to brunch with Janet Jackson and Prince.
Okay, yeah, because Prince is from Minnesota, so
Right.
there's some symmetry out there.
They had just opened up a studio, Flight Time Studio. That was there. Just opened it up when the Timberwolves came. So it was a lot of exciting things going on in Minneapolis.
So what happened in Minneapolis? Because you're like, maybe this is where I could get my foot in. Is that what you thought? Like
it was like new life, man. I got there. Eric Musselman's dad was the coach, and he looked like he was treating everybody fair. He was going hard. He's hard-nosed guy. We going hard. Like the whole time we there, I'm leading him in scoring. And we had the preseason games and everything. I led him in scoring. I led him in rebounding, and I think block shots.
Okay.
I led them. They were telling me during this time, they was like the general manager and all was telling me, hey, go look for a home. They was telling me where to go look and all this kind of stuff, man. I promise you, man. But then wound up being the same old thing. Like he had 3 guys from his CBA team that he was coaching that he brought here with him to the team, and he signed all 3 of them. And I was upset, but I respected him for keeping his players. You know what I mean? He kept his boys, you know, this and that, whatever. But that meant that I was the odd guy out again. You know what I mean? As soon as things start to work out, and I found out my agent had been stealing money from me there. Like he come out there and with a limousine, with a gold card, taking me out, getting girls to come in the car, paying for everything, and it's my car. Like I didn't even know.
Shelton.
Yep. And the summertime came after being in Minnesota when they cut me and all that. I went over to Europe to play for a while for the rest of the year.
How old was you in the Minnesota situation, man? What age are you right now? At that
24.
Time? Man, you're
23 still. I hadn't turned 24 yet. I was 23.
You walked through all of these different teams in pretty much a year and a half.
Basically. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, bro.
Yeah. And so after that.
That's a young man. You're a young man. So was that kind of the last of the NBA thing?
No, after that, I went to Europe after that. When I didn't make it with Minnesota, I went to Europe and I left the NBA for a couple of years. Like I played over there like 3-4 years straight. And then I think it was I played over there until about 2003. And then in 2003, I reached out to Hubie Brown. He was with Minnesota. The Grizzlies. He's with the Grizzlies. And I reached out to him, told him, on my last leg, I want to come in and give it one more shot. But I think I was 37 at the time, 36. Yeah. And he brought me in, and I damn near made that team, yo.
Man,
I almost made that team.
Like, just let me get one more shot in there.
Yeah, but that was it. Like in 2003, that was the end. After I left the Grizzlies, I was done.
Oh, man.
I was exhausted by then, mentally.
Yeah.
Just with everything that was going on, because like when I played in Europe, it was like a vacation for me. You know what I mean? That I just had to play ball.
In what way? Why do you say that part?
Because I wasn't stressed about making an NBA team. I had just let that go, that dream. I had, what I mean? It was kind of like that. I was just over there getting new cultures, learning different things over there, and playing ball at the same time. Still get to play ball and make money, because of course you got to make money to survive.
Yeah,
so
you was using it as a career path.
Yeah, because I could do it. Yeah, go get money, go get that easy money.
Yeah, you're still a good player, man. So I'm trying to just trying to process this right here because I mean, like that very understandable that could lead to a vice, and then I think that this is probably some of the other guys that you see in the NBA story that have similar situations of some sort. It doesn't even necessarily have to be basketball related. It can be family related. These are the type of things that happen to guys that have excellent talent.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of people think that you're immune to having
Yeah.
life happen to them.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
crushing, bro. Like that's a
It is.
crushing thing to have that happen, and you have to kind of pick up the pieces, whether
Yeah.
that's a strong support system, even an agent, just one person that can
Yeah.
help put you back on that path mentally. You
Yeah.
didn't really have it, so I give you flowers for that because um, that's a blessing that you have. What do you feel like you was leaning on the most to be able to help you through those tough times?
My mom's all day. My mom's like I used to talk to my mother all the time. You know what I mean? And she would talk like for an hour or so, just
Yeah,
encouraging me, empowering me, telling me to keep my head up. She would preach to me,
yeah,
give me the word,
yeah,
tell me what the Bible says, and all this other stuff. Things that I needed to hear, things I could build off. You know what I
yes,
mean? And she
yes.
said, one thing she said to me, I was my first time I was going to Europe, and she said to me, Shelton, she said, sometimes God will take you around the world just to bring you back where you started from, to prepare you, to get you ready. And that just that hearing that right there gave me enough inspiration and courage to go on to Europe with a good attitude though. She was
Yes,
like, go on over there, God will bring you back where you want to be and you'll be where you want. So I took that and ran with it and it helped me get through.
that's beautiful. Shout out to mom because that
Mhm.
that's very not only encouraging, but that keeps you moving.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you don't want to move on certain things. It keeps you moving. And like you said, it's almost like a first world problem because you know what I mean. They're like, oh, people, there's plenty of people that wouldn't mind being in your position, but
Right.
they didn't walk
Absolutely.
that same path. It didn't have that you know what I mean. That wall just close up on them like that. That that
Mhm.
that hurts.
Yeah.
What are a few countries that you played in Europe and they were kind of try to start wrapping a bow on it? Was it one specific country or you've been to a few? Name a few
A
if you
few.
have.
Like in Europe, I played in Italy, I played in Venice and Rome.
Dope,
Two separate seasons, right?
dope,
Venice and Rome. That's in Italy. And in Spain, I played 1 year in Spain in Madrid.
dope,
And then where else in Europe? I think that's all I played in Europe. But then in the Middle East, I played in Turkey and Israel.
dope. So you
And
played a little bit everywhere, man. You
yeah,
played
yeah, yeah. Then I
everywhere.
played in South America, played
Yep,
in Greece a little bit. Yeah.
yep. So you've been all around the world, man. So basketball has brought you all around the world.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's definitely a blessing. Now,
Mhm.
let's kind of segue a little bit into this. What would you say? What would you say was your thing that you would change the most in your basketball career if you can do it all over again, if
I
anything?
would I would have stayed in the gym. I would have stayed in the gym. You would have had to. I should have made it so you had to force me to come out of there. Like that's the only thing that I could say. Like I didn't do, and it's not because I didn't want to do it. Nobody was telling me to do that. I needed to do that, or I didn't even know. Like I tell people when I played back then, I played in black and white. Like I didn't. I just had talent. I didn't know. Nobody really talked to me about work on your shot, work on your. Because it's not like I couldn't shoot. I was a good shooter, but
Yeah,
nobody could stay in front of me. And I wasn't thinking you're gonna need to shoot
yeah,
later in your career, this and that.
yeah,
So I never really worked on it. I never really worked on my game like that. You know what I'm trying to say? If I had
yeah,
anything else I could do over, it would be that. Because I know if I would have worked on my game, nobody would be able to stop me, no matter what they do. I'm talking about as far as jerking me,
yeah,
teams, coaches, or whatever. That none of that stuff would have happened if I would have been prepared. If I'd have been working out like I should have been, because I would have been confident in myself. I would
yeah,
have known I'd have done it over and over and over again to where what I'm saying? I know what I can do.
yeah.
So if I had something else I'd do different, it would be that.
I understand. I understand exactly what you mean. And what I hear from that is that you was playing off your athleticism and your talent
With
and your
talent,
love
yeah.
for the game, but
Yeah.
you would have more of a polished game. Like
Absolutely.
yeah, your game was unpolished.
Right.
Right, I can relate to that. Like I can
Mhm.
understand what you're saying is it being unpolished and everything like that. So all of these things kind of created Shelton Jones today. What would you
Hmm.
say? What's going on today? Bringing us to current day, and then I got a few more questions to wrap this thing up.
All right. Well, like I've learned so much. Like when I was younger, like when I was in all these different places in Europe and all these different places, like I didn't even really like. I took pictures, maybe a little this and that, but all I got is some memories from that. Like
Right,
I
right,
didn't take advantage of that situation like I wanted to. So I remember doing a lot of praying during that time and
right.
asking in my future that I could have a way to come back over and go to all the places that I've been, but experience them this time. Not just basketball and just keep my blinders on and get in there and get out and get it over with. I would have took my time, like, and learned the culture and all the stuff like that if I had a chance to do it over. So I prayed that I have some means to do that later on in life. And now I've been blessed to write my book. So I'm trying to get to the marketing standpoint where I could go to everywhere that I played in Europe because of my book, you know what I mean, and sell my book and, do it like that. So I think that's the way that since I prayed about it, I believe that I'm sometime in the near future, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go everywhere I was in Europe, South America, all these places because of my book.
Absolutely, man. Listen, man. Do you have a part of something bigger than basketball from Long Island, from Amityville? So however we can help, however I can help to be able to move that book, we're going to do that. So definitely, we're going to take that link and share that thing out, man, because you have a beautiful story.
Appreciate that.
You have a beautiful story, man, and the perseverance that you have is second to none. To be able to continue to do what you have done
Thank you.
your journey,
Yeah.
so it's very inspirational. So we definitely want to share that out. So once we get offline, we'll make sure that we are able to share that out
All
amongst
right.
the community that we're building here. Um, what do you think about this Long Island basketball history page that we got going on right now?
I love it, man, because what it does is it keeps us relevant. You know what I mean? And I think it's a great idea, man, because a lot of the young players could get to know the older players. A lot of the older players can get to know the younger players and, things like that. So I love it. I think it's a great idea. I remember when you first told me about it, I got excited about it because
Right,
I love it. It's so awesome to open up Facebook and see Long Island right there in your face. That's so awesome, man.
right.
And you get to learn and see these things about that you haven't seen. Like I saw my cousin Big Ed on there yesterday, man. He hasn't been with us for the last few years or whatever, but that meant so much seeing him. Like it just gave me chills. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Just to see him like that. So I think
Yeah.
it's an awesome thing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, and what I like, I piggyback off what you're saying. I co-sign all of those things. It's a good feeling to not feel forgotten. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Whether you got a lot of people around you, you don't have anybody around you. It's a good feeling to know
Hmm.
that you made an impact positively. And obviously, we all have a common bond of basketball, but it's much bigger than basketball. So
Absolutely.
so we can share our stories through the game of basketball, but we all have some different things going on, and we all have a sense of value, or we can bring something to the table. So that was another reason why I wanted to bring this together, so that way we can bring our individual value together and be able to
Absolutely.
put something together. Because, like you said, even basketball wise, Long Island kind of gets pushed aside,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strong players in there with
It
strong
is.
backstories, and they've done some amazing things. So, like you said, we need to be able to share that thing out. So that's what we're doing.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
before you leave, I got to put you on the hot seat. You know where I'm going with this, man.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
from
I know where you're going.
Amityville.
I know where you're going, and I'm ready for you too.
There's been a lot of really good players to come through there, man.
Yeah.
I would like to know Shelton Jones, really one of our pioneers to putting us on the map.
Hmm.
What's Shelton Jones starting five, all-time starting five?
Okay. Okay. You ready?
I am ready.
All right. I'm going to go with myself at the point
Okay.
because that's going to give him matchup problems. No
Super
matter what.
matchup five, one through
Right.
five in high school.
Right. Right. And then at the two guard, I'm going to put my man Cooley High.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's a
But,
point
yep.
guard. He's a point guard himself. So you got dual
Point
point
guard,
guards.
point guard slash shooting guard. You can shoot that thing.
You can shoot the ball.
Right. Right. And he bailed me out plenty of times. I know if I'm driving, two, three guys coming, whatever, I know, boop, right over there, pop, he gonna knock that thing down.
You
But
feel
him
real.
at the two. So
Yep.
Chris Nicholson at the
Chris
two.
Nicholson at the two.
I got Provider at the three.
Okay.
I
Gerard
got
Turner.
Gerard Turner, right? And I got Dr. Craig King. I got him at the 4.
Okay, you digging in the
Okay.
crates here?
Yep. And I'm gonna go Chris Allen at the 5. All right. Now I know you said starting 5, but I got to bring my man Big Bob Ronnie Sullivan off the bench
Okay, so
because when
you going
Gerard got in trouble, Big Bob Ronnie Sullivan came in and held it down for us. So I got to bring him off the bench. But I'm gonna stick with my team. I love my guys. That's my 5, man. I'm sticking with my
you
guys.
sticking with we're going loyalty.
Absolutely.
We're going,
Absolutely.
and I have no problems with we're going loyalty. But that's also the cool part about a program like Amityville, man. We could have went a lot of different directions with
Yeah.
something like this, and there's no wrong answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no wrong answer. And having you at the one is a matchup nightmare. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
now I want to take a minute. I want to take a minute while we close this out, man, to just celebrate you individually. I want to give you your flowers. I grew up in the same town that you grew up, man. So I heard the stories, and I just want to say thank you for kind of kicking the door open for our neighborhood, our school, our program, to making us national, right?
Yes.
Anywhere we go, you hear Shelton Jones. Oh, that's for Shelton Jones. And obviously more players along the way. But you're the first one to kind of put us on the national stage. Now, we had Jeff Williams. Shout out to Jeff Williams. That was on TV with Iona. You had Jerry Crocker and those guys that did it.
Mm-hmm.
But for you
Yep.
to kind of be that pro prospect and then also handle it with class and your character, it
Thank you.
really,
Thank you.
put a stamp on our program, and it was really uplifting for us and gave us a sense of pride, honor to be an Amityville Warrior. And to hear your backstory and also hear you go through the heartbreak of having a situation that would look real perfect for you and then have to kind of pick up the pieces and have to kind of keep picking up the pieces and
Right.
not quit, right? It's a
Yeah.
testament to your mental toughness, to your upbringing, and to your household. So
Thank you.
I want to say thank you. And I also wanted to say thank you for taking time out tonight, because I know that you're a busy guy, to take time out tonight and be transparent with sharing the vulnerable moments in your life.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I give you the flowers, man. You're one of the top guys to ever do it in
That
our
means a
city.
lot to me.
Yeah, it means a lot to me that you said yes. And then also you're one of the top guys to do it in Long Island history, right? From our area. Out of all of the ball players, you're one of the top, right? Not too many people even have the opportunity to go to the NBA. And you were
Yeah.
there, right? So
Yes.
I want to say thank you for that. And what we're going to do is when we wrap this up, Facebook only keeps this live on. They have a rule for 30 days. So I'm going to download it to my computer and then I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel. So that way this thing can ring out forever. I'll send you a copy and then we'll be able to kind of share this thing out. I want you to send me the link to your book so that way we can get that thing going on, right?
All right. And just for everybody out there, it's called Kojic Trailblazer. Let's
That's,
go.
that's it. You're going to send me a picture. We're going to get that thing posted on
All
the
right.
page. We're
All
going to get
right.
that thing posted. Don't be bashful now. don't,
All right.
don't be bashful now, right? It's not time to brag or anything, but it's
Yeah.
time for you to make your thing seen with the marketing. So let's use this platform and help one another out. And let's get this book out there, man. This is a beautiful story. Let's leave with the words of it. Let's leave. I'm going to let you kind of close it with a word of encouragement to the young hoopers out there, to the young men that are out there having to navigate through this world. It's a different landscape basketball-wise, but there are still some of the same principles. So give us a nugget in the gym.
What I would tell all the younger players is to be confident. And the only way you're going to be confident is if you work on your game. Like stay in the gym. You got plenty of time to hang out, plenty of time to get the girls, plenty of time to do whatever you want to do. The most important, if you want to be serious about hooping, the most important thing you could do, the sacrifice you got to make is stay in that gym. Get in the gym and don't just be in there. Work on your game. Work
Absolutely.
on your game because you're going to get confident. If you do it over and over and over again, your confidence is going to be there. You don't even have to be nervous because you know you're prepared. That's one thing. Get in the gym and leave it all there.
I love it. I love it. I appreciate that. And I'm going to piggyback that with the extra component to it or the other layer to it. is let this basketball thing be a conduit, be an avenue for your life.
Right.
The same thing that you said, work hard and all of those things. Let that be foundational building blocks for transferable life skills. So that way, the basketball is going to take you so far and it's going to stop bouncing somewhere, but use that thing for your networking and find the gifts and passions that you can bring value to, and let this thing go ahead and take you through your journey.
Definitely. I could have said it better myself. Perfect.
Shelton, man, this was a beautiful conversation, man, and hopefully we'll be able to have some follow-up ones, and we can bring up different topics, and you can share your expertise, and we can talk our trash and have some fun. Please, I encourage you to, tap in and engage on the page, right? Your presence is always appreciated, right? When you see it, you're a big dog, man. You're a big fish in Long Island basketball history. So don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget, man. You're a big fish, right?
Appreciate that.
Man, yeah, man. We love you, man, and we thank you once again.
All right, love you more, man. Take it easy, everybody.
All right, till next time.
All right, till next time. Yeah.
Till next time. Chill.
All right, fam.
Later. I'll holler at you offline.
All right, that's what's up. Later.
Later. Nice.